to go. Awesome. Hey, look at all those. Look at all that. Yay. Thank you for all the retweets and everything. All right, good. We are in a good place. And actually, is that my audio that's echoing?
No, that would be someone looping to you.
Okay. Whew. All right, cool. So we are beginning our Traveler game, and I am super pumped. So we actually have a little bit of bookkeeping left to do as a
Did you post the links?
As a crew. I did post links.
Okay, good.
On Twitter.
Thanks.
On Twitter and
tweets. Okay.
Yeah, we're not doing the Facebook streaming. I didn't have time to set all of my stuff up to do Facebook streaming today. But you guys as a group, you are all coming together, and you're coming together to pilot this yacht. And yachts are pleasure craft. They are really good at shuttling super wealthy people around the galaxy, and many of you own partial shares in this yacht. Before we get into actual percentages and ship money and that kind of thing, we need to do our last step of character creation, which is the Traveler skill packages. So, as a group, you all get to pick from a skill package. And then we're going to go around the horn, and each player picks one skill to add to their character. And this is kind of help round out the crew. Honestly, it's to shore up a last couple of holes from character creation, and just to make sure that you all have everything you need to survive in space. If there's anything missing after this, odds are you're going to have to hire a person, which just cuts into your bottom line and all that good stuff, which is fine with me. But I think some of you already have some cash flow problems, so maybe you don't want to do that. My recollection is that you guys collectively as a group have piloting handled. A couple of you have pilot, a couple of you have comms, a bunch of you have diplomacy skills, broker, so buying and selling goods, attracting travelers to get onto your yacht and pay you guys a bunch of money. You guys have those skills. I think what you're missing as a group is maybe one engineering skill, and I'm trying to think of anything else that you guys are potentially missing as a group. So before we pick a package, maybe let's go around and talk about what each character, let's do a quick character description and talk about what kind of skill set you're bringing to the table so that we can, as a group, figure out which package is going to be the right one. I'm going to start with one of the players beneath me. We're going to start with Ethan. And Ethan, you are playing as Disman, and I'm going to
wait your turn, Rich.
Add your stuff here.
Yeah. Let's see if this will actually work since I'm, in the boonies.
Hey, right before you get started, Dave, the Twitch stream tag says Call of Cthulhu, just FYI.
It shouldn't. I mean,
okay, good.
I've got like it should say HSG Yacht My Problem Traveler Campaign Session 1.
I copied it into Facebook. It just copied bad meta. Sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. Whew. Somebody confirm me that it's not all best. That's not all bad. Okay, moving on. So Disman, what does Disman bring to the table from who is he right now today, and after a long career doing things,
right?
And what kind of skills does he bring? And just folks at home, just so you know, Ethan's internet connection isn't super great, so we'll see how it is today. Future games, it's not going to be quite so choppy.
Right. So today he's just a man trying to figure out where he's going in the stars. Had a long career as an enforcer. Recently took, right.
Yeah.
Sure. If you want to use those, prescriptive terms. But he took about 8 years off to go, do some soul searching. And now he's back looking to make a little extra cash and get ready to retire. So, or die.
Retire? How old are you?
Like 42.
Oh, you're an old man. God, how are you even walking?
Yeah. So
In terms, maybe 7.
yeah. So Ethan, what kind of skills does Dismon bring to the table?
A whole lot of kicking butt,
Sweet.
honestly.
Sweet.
And that's about it.
Awesome. And you've got some streetwise, right? You've got some
Yeah.
some social skills, some persuade, some intimidate.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
So kicking butt with words or fist or weapon.
Fists and words. That's what you've got.
Right.
Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. And beneath Ethan is Scott playing Zorn. One of my favorite characters. Your character creation was so much fun, Scott. I loved it.
Thank you. So what am I supposed to be saying?
Oh, talk a little bit about your character Zorn and what kind of skills Zorn is bringing to the party.
Zorn is a man of many skills and talents, especially in the thespian line. I spent many years, however, as a Marine, where I was a combat Marine that they would put in a pod and send me to the ground, but I used all my muscles and my words to become a hero of the people in the gladiator battles.
That's right. Yeah, Zorn was. What was the name of your TV show, or not TV show? Your media stream, media feed.
Oh, it was a what's the government that's in this thing?
Oh yeah, the Imperium. Yeah, you guys are all a member of the Third Imperium. And
Imperium Gladiators.
Yes.
I was champion for 2 years straight of the Imperium Gladiators.
You guys, I mean, I don't know the age of the audience tonight, but there was this awesome show in the 90s called Gladiators. And this is immediately what I thought of when you were like, I want to be on a gladiator. Just like, yes, with the tennis ball cannon and all that stuff. Yeah, American Gladiators. Thank you. Yeah, like that's really what I thought of. I mean, is that kind of where you were going with it?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was basically just like American Gladiators, but Imperium Gladiators.
Yeah. Excellent.
But then something happened. He fell out of favor with the audience or something, and he tried several other jobs, failed at them all, wound up back in the army, and now he's just kind of in the Merchant Marines. He's and doing the con circuit.
Yeah. So we'll get started at the Intergalacticon that we're at. That'll be
as far as what he brings. So he has a full battle dress that he has. He purchased his old Imperium Gladiator costume.
Yeah. It's like a TV show grade battle dress, so it's not like quite as awesome as military grade, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. So he bought his old battle dress, which is kind of cool. It's like kind of like a. I don't know if you played like Warhammer 40K. It's kind of like the Space Marines outfit.
Big giant thing. Yeah. Big mechanical muscles, all that stuff. Built-in vac suit, so he can like be in space in his battle dress. Yeah.
He is trying his hand at writing plays. You know, he's spent some time in front of the camera. He's in the middle of writing a play called Zorn and Juliet. And
Perfect.
It's Zorn with a Z, so it's not the same. It's not actually him.
It's not. It's super not me, guys. It's like it's promised. It's not me.
I'm Zorn with an X. This is a Zorn with a Z.
Perfect.
Definitely not a self-insert fic.
Yeah. No.
That is not me. And then I just have a lot of combat skills, like big time combat skills. So.
Yes. Yeah. You are a thresher.
Well, I forgot my character sheet. So what do I know?
You're good. Okay. So Ethan and Scott, thank you. To that side of me, to my right, but I think on y'all's left. Barry. No, I'm not doing Jay's. You keep vaping to the camera. Jay's goes last. Barry playing Bencock Benheim, or Bangkok Benheim.
Bangkok.
Why don't you quickly describe your character and kind of what skills Mr. Benheim is bringing to the table?
Sure. Bangkok started off, rich, snotty scion of a family on
What up,
some
Ray?
damn planet I can't remember the name of, and went into the diplomatic corps. Advanced pretty far into that. Represented a lot of different planets and brokered deals. Helped out Heather after being introduced to her. I'm sorry, Rosemary after being introduced to her through a somewhat seedy character that he met someplace.
Mr. Disman.
Yes. Someplace along the line, he got these weird ideas and wanted to make a difference in the world and not just be the spoiled rich kid. And he decided to join the Navy. Went and explored a engineering track there. Couldn't escape his past, so he started off as an officer because his family refused to, let him go in as anything any less. And did that for a number of years until decided to muster out and start trying to recover his fortune.
Awesome. Next over is Katrina playing Rosemary. Quickly tell us about Rosemary and what kind of skills she brings. Oh, Heather,
mute.
yeah, you're muted. I cannot hear you. There you
No,
go.
I was unplugged.
Oh, there it
we go.
is. Yeah, better. Thank you.
Rosemary is a very skilled, very specialized doctor who, in her time out there in the world, cured Noctius hecticea, or as others call it, space scurvy, that some people in this group may have had at one point or another.
Either by your hand through scientific experimentation or just in the wild.
One of those two things may have happened. It just happens.
That
But
was the reason I lost my spot on the show. People found out that I had space.
That's right.
Well, you didn't have people sign an NDA, and you know what happens when that
That's right.
Rosemary is definitely skilled in all of the medical arts as well as science. I do bring just one skill point in comms, broker, diplomat to the party.
Comms, diplomat, broker, that's all good. And folks, one skill in something is like practiced. You are good at this thing. 2 skill means that you're effectively like a surgeon at this thing. Like you are super well accomplished. 3, you start to become famous for that skill. So, it's having 1 skill in comms is awesome. Does anybody else have comms skill? I forget. Are you going to end up being our comms officer?
Jays does.
Jays does. Well, Jays also has pilot.
Jay's got it all.
So yeah, all right, we'll figure that out. But yeah, you have tons of science in your background, tons of academia in your background, and
medic for computers at 3. So if we need me doing something with computers,
yes,
I'm better at that.
Oh my god, yes, yeah. 3 in computers on a spaceship is super important because 1, you can jam their efforts to attack you guys, and 2, you can prevent them from messing with your computers. Your computers control things like your ship's drive, your life support, your airlocks. Like, so you being on computers is going to be awesome.
I believe her highest skill is actual moral ambiguity, though, isn't it?
Yes. Like any good traveler doctor, you
don't have me sign NDAs.
Get the things done.
Send bodies to certain places. How do you think I cured space scurvy?
Right. It wasn't all, just grants. No, there was some real work that needed to get done, and she made sure to get it done.
Desmond.
I should have known it was you who told everybody.
We'll get to that.
Me.
We'll get to that. All right. Last but maybe least is Jays. Rich.
Boom! Jays is up. I'm telling you, I had my DNA tested. I'm 100% a bad deal. I am 35. I am one kick-ass chick. I started off in the Space Marine. where I rolled up some major points. I mean, I'm flying ships, I'm flying grav loaders, I'm kicking butt. I got a blade. I got an electronic blade. It's not analog, it's digital. And I will cut you if you mess with me too much. So as I look at my skills list, and after the military, I kind of got tired of that. So I kind of drifted around. Some people might say I was kind of like, oh God, what was the movie with Denzel Washington that was a remake from like the 80s where he would help people that were like having a tough time and he would come in and like kick people's butts?
The Enforcer?
Ooh, the Enforcer, yes. I'm kind of like the female Enforcer in space.
You and I are the only two old enough to remember the original.
Yes.
I know. And it had that guy from Britain that was like all fat and dumpy, but yet he kicked butt.
Ethan and I were just like, what the?
And he had a little silver gun, but I got a little blade. So as I look down my skills, tactics, genius 2. And as we walk down through gun combat, you think I'm good with a blade? Wait till I shoot you. I have a 2 in gun combat, and I got a 1 in blade. I got some comms. I am a pilot, so I'm really good at that. I can do grav weapon or grav driving. So y'all remember Firefly when they're down on the Earth on that first mission where they're like robbing the bank and stuff? That's me driving. So
you're the wheelman.
The way it goes. I'm the wheelman.
Yeah.
Astronavigation. So if we're out in space, I can find a star and get us back home. And I can carouse. That's something else I'm pretty good at too.
Right.
0G, I got me a vac suit, big old heavy boots, ready to rock it.
Sweet.
I am suddenly reconsidering my investment into this ship.
Like you may need a cut bait.
Do you want to get your DNA tested to see if you're 100% bad?
Oh my gosh. All right. So skills package. It sounds like we're pretty well covered. Especially when it comes to like comms, pilot.
I am missing one engineering skill from having all of the ship engineering.
Okay. So when we look at the packages, the skill packages, most of these have things like gun combat, stealth, a lot of gun combat in here. Astrogation. I think one of you has astrogation, right? Astrogation is like space navigation. Jays has that?
What you got? I get you home.
Does anybody else have astrogation?
Nope. I'm in charge.
I feel like your star map is gonna be full of colorful comments from Jays. Like, there's boogeyman over here. There's some crap over there.
No. I have restricted what he can do.
With good, yeah.
Well,
you've locked her down. You've locked her down.
Is 100% bad. She's a really bad chick. So.
Okay, good. Starship skills package would come with a pilot skill, a gunner skill, any engineer. This is the only package that comes with an engineer skill that I've found. And unfortunately, in this case, the engineer skill you guys are missing is maneuver drive, which is kind of important because if the maneuver drive goes down, you're effed. Like you get sucked into the sun kind of thing. Like you got to have a maneuver drive. So the Starship skills package, if we wanted to shore up the engineer hole, that would give you guys a pilot skill, a gunner skill, engineer of anything you like, mechanic, sensors, medic, comms, and astrogation. All of those at a 1. So if one of you already has that skill, you'd have it at a 2 or a 3. If you guys wanted to have some redundancy, if you wanted 2 people to have a skill, you could certainly have any of those skills. We can't feed you all the skills, Jays. You're not allowed to do that. There's other skills in here like diplomat package, investigator package, criminal package. Do you guys want to go the Starship route, or do you guys want to go with one of these other more colorful routes?
I vote Starship.
If we really
we're still missing.
Say again.
I feel like Starship is really where we have the most kind of holes in our skill set.
Yeah, it felt like that during character creation. It felt like you guys had tons of social stuff, a lot of gun combat, a lot of armor, or not armor, but like recon and all that. Like one of you has recon, a bunch of you have like leadership type stuff.
If we were playing any game but Traveler, we'd be kicking ass.
Totally. Yeah. Unfortunately, Traveler just has so many skills you kind of need to survive.
Let's just stay away from space.
Right. In the space game. You guys could be station side. the entire time. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so if we do the Starship Skills package, who wants to pick first?
I say we let Rich pick,
Jace.
because otherwise we'll never hear the end of it.
It's true.
Jace.
Jay is who brings the least monetarily to this situation, gets first pick out of all of the skills.
Thank you, Bangkok Ben.
Any objections before I read off the skills you can pick, Rich?
I don't object.
Good. All right. I'm not hearing any other objections. So
Just go for it.
So Rich, you can either have any pilot skill you like at a +1, any gunner skill you like. This is spaceship gunner. So like big artillery where it's orbital bombardment stuff, big like bay guns that shoot from capital ships to other capital ships, down to little turrets.
Does our ship have a gun?
It has a spot for a gun. It doesn't have a gun, but it has a place where you could put one.
Well, that sounds like the skill I should pick.
There's also the engineer skill, which I don't think you should get because you already have a bunch of other ship skills.
And I'm piloting.
Right,
so
exactly.
Someone else needs to do that one. And we need to have a backup at astrogation. I kind of BS, like I want to go to a 2 and be like a genius. But I have a feeling what's better is we spread that love around in case I die, because I do like to touch big red buttons.
It's true.
So it might be good to have backup. I don't want to take the engineering one because if the flow thing goes down, I'm driving. So do we already have another pilot? Boo. Bangkok Ben, do you pilot?
I do pilot.
Okay. So can I go pilot 2 to be like the genius pilot?
I'm down with that.
All right.
I like it.
Pilot 2.
All right.
Genius pilot J's.
So pilot skill is done. Next to Rich, clockwise order, is Heather, Katrina. Why don't you pick the next one? So the next ones up on the list are gunner, any gunner, engineer, any, mechanic, sensors, medic, which you already have a lot of medic. I kind of don't want you to get medic, if that's okay.
Someone needs to be able to save the doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Like somebody needs to be able to like save her life.
Who shaves the barber?
Comms or astrogation.
So we need astrogation, right? Or no?
Rich has astrogation, but having some backup in astrogation would be good.
What's the
as well
engineering
as-
we're missing?
Maneuver drive.
Maneuver drive, yeah. And most of the times for those skills, those engineer skills, you're going to do a lot of education plus engineering. So it really helps to have somebody who's highly educated or super smart have the engineer skills.
Let me pick up the engineer skill we need then, because
Okay.
my education's 10. Unless you
I'm
want it.
well. I'm going to be living in engineering, and I've got all the
Okay.
others. So I thought it made more sense to leave that with.
Okay, then we'll do that then. Then
Okay.
what are my other choices again? I'm sorry.
Sensors, comms, and astrogation. When I will say, there is some wisdom to having 2 people on the engineering thing. Because if you guys got hit on 2 engineering things at a time, Barry, you could work on one, and Heather would at least have an engineering 0 to help backfill something else.
Okay.
And have engineering 1 towards maneuver drive. Just as a counterpoint. I'm not saying you guys have to go that route.
That's fine with me as well.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll pick that engineering that we need.
Okay. Perfect. Going around the horn then to Scott playing Zorn. What does Zorn want to do? Sorry, I keep getting weird.
Fight.
Well, you have lots of fight, but you might want more fight. I don't know. So you've got leftover gunner, mechanic, sensors, medic 1, comms, or astrogation. Oh, you're muted, or I can't hear you.
I would imagine gunner.
Okay. Yeah, so gunner, any kind of go through that list. It's going to be things like bay guns, turrets. Your ship can fit a turret. It can't fit the bay gun. That's for capital stuff. It can't fit artillery.
The turret needs to be like the last Starfighter kind of turret. Where it's like,
Oh yeah. Where it's
Good
like
call.
fixed, and the ship has to spin around for it to work. Yes. Yeah. Taking gunner is solid. That's a good one. All right, Ethan, what would you like, sir?
What's the list again?
So what you have left over are mechanic, sensors, medic, comms, and astrogation.
How about mechanic? I think I have something similar to that, but it's not very good.
Sweet.
I've currently got mechanic 1.
Okay. Okay, so you guys would either be, sharing that role so that you guys could split those tasks. Ethan, do you have any ship-based skills like comms or astrogation or any of that stuff?
No, I have recon.
Okay, that's important. Do you have leadership and tactics?
I have leadership. I don't think I have tactics.
Okay.
Do we have anyone with sensors?
Oh,
No.
I'll take sensors then.
okay. That's a great call out because holy smokes. Sensors is important.
And then I'll use my brain strength to
Right.
enhance it.
Right. Oh, yeah. Smart. SMRT.
Brain strength.
Yes. All right. So next up, Barry. You guys have been really going straight down the list. You've got mechanic, medic, comms, or astrogation.
We're covered in astrogation. Do we have someone with comms?
I have comms.
Okay.
She also has computers. Hopefully, it's rare that you have to do both at the same time.
I've got computers 0.
Okay.
Am I the only one with medic?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Currently.
about taking the medic.
Yeah, I was kind of worried because the next up is Jay's, and I don't know that Jay should have medic
No, please
because
no.
she's going to press the button
No.
and die.
I will
What
take my
attribute?
blade and I will seal that wound.
What attribute does medic take advantage of?
Typically education, but sometimes intelligence. You know,
Okay.
if you had to like move a body carefully, it'd be medic strength. You know, so the attribute can change, but it's most often going to be education.
All right, I'll take medic.
Awesome. Oh man, tons of awesome. Hey, thanks for all the follows, folks. Super appreciate it. Thanks for the raid. Holy smokes. Freaking awesome. Okay. Sorry, we're going to get through this bookkeeping real quick. Rich, you are back up again in the order. What is left? Comms, astrogation. I think that's it. Oh, mechanic. Mechanic, comms, and astrogation are left. You are muted, sir. I can see you muted in Discord. Super cannot hear you.
Dude, there's this magic button called the mute button. I gotta learn.
It's red,
not-
isn't it?
I was trying to say you didn't hear on my vapes, so when like you hear as I'm smoking the cannabis, I would say I don't want to be the only one in astrogation, so I think I have to go comms, and because I can't do mechanic and be a pilot, that's just
Right.
that's just not happening. So,
So now we've got Rich talking on comms.
Yeah.
comms too. I'm a genius.
Or you guys can
Jay for the
veto
win.
that. You can say no, I don't want him on comms.
Yeah, which one do y'all want me to take? Comms, astrogation, or mechanic? It's the lesser of all the evils.
Mechanic?
Y'all want me to take mechanic?
I don't know. I really like the idea of having a genius level astrogation.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Alright.
Astrogation level 2.
All right.
Boom.
All right, so last two skills, the comms and the mechanic.
Mechanic.
Who wants comms and who wants mechanic?
I mean, I can double down on comms.
Okay. Yeah. Who
So
wants?
it's a +2 comms then?
Yep. And who wants mechanic?
I can do mechanic.
Okay. All right. Cool. We are done with skills. All right. I think we are done with all of this stuff. I'm gonna leave this guy right here. You guys are all on the planet Xanthium. Xanthium.
Rhymes with Zorn.
Yeah, you guys are on the planet
Dude,
Xanthium.
welcome to my home, peeps.
That's right. You're in Jay's home. Xanthium is here. I'm going to move the player badge so you guys can see where you live, all the way down in the bottom. Xanthium is a high tech world. It's not as high tech as Balarium, but it's up there. It's really close to the border with another subsector. So there's a lot of trade from the subsector beneath you and the subsector you all live in. Your subsector is subsector Wise Guys. And so where you guys live. So you have your own You have your own Duke, and she is in charge of this entire subsector of planets. I'll zoom out just a little bit so you all can see the huge number of planets. The circle means there's a planet there. The circle with a loop means there's a gas giant there. Gas giants are really important for fueling in Traveler. Xanthium has a nice big starbase, like a Class B starbase, which means it's as big as a nation, practically. It has thousands of people living in it. Maybe not as big as a nation. It has millions of people living in it, though, so it's big as a city. It's a city in space. There's a high port and a low port with any starbase that's of any note. You guys are all in the high port, so that means you're up in space. The low port is down on the ground. So you're up in the space part of the space station. Your yacht is moored here. It's getting refurbished, finished up. And 4 of you have already met and gotten in together. We've got, Disman, Bangkok, Jays, Rose. All of you have gotten together and kind of thrown your lot in with one another, picking out this ship and getting it outfitted. Your yacht is spick and span. It's gorgeous. It's got really nice interior plush. The walls are super padded with, gold filigree and all kinds of great stuff. It's going to attract a lot of high-end customers, especially with the notoriety that a lot of you bring. You've got a rock star scientist. You've got a decorated military professional. You've got a super famous nobleman, a super famous guy who can get you things. You all have a whole lot of things going for your ship, a whole lot of reasons why people would want to hire your ship to ferry them from planet to planet. Your last pickup, though, is Zorn. He is the celebrity that you guys have been looking for. And some of you know Zorn. You've run into him in your past lives, part of your character creation. And you guys go to Zorn's group, his past show, Intergalacticon, or Intergalactic Gladiators. Imperial Gladiators.
Get it right, David.
Imperium Gladiators. Your show, Imperium Gladiators, is having Intergalacticon 152. So 152 years of Intergalacticon. And it is being housed at this place. We've got a little atrium here in this space station. This atrium is a lush shrubland type, where there's some low bushes, some kind of tall, thin trees, like palm trees almost, out here in this space station. This is a artificially created green space. It's real dirt, real plants, real, everything here. This is to give everybody a break from the metal walls and the ugly iris doors and all that kind of stuff. Everything in here is immaculately prepared to look like you're outdoors. Even the ceiling, which is extra high in here, is painted to look like you're under a sky. And it has a day-night cycle with an artificial sun that moves across the sky and all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of expense spent towards making this feel like you're on a planet. And that's to really give a lot of people a break from being in space, because being in space is tough. It's cramped and confined and dangerous, and there's all kinds of things that can kill you. And this is a nice place, a really nice, beautiful green space for everybody to find themselves. And here, Intergalacticon has rented the entire atrium to do, presentations and look at past episodes, and most importantly, do the autograph session. So they have set up several tables throughout the atrium to provide autograph stations. And there's past contestants, past gladiators, past hosts are all arrayed on these tables, and many of them have lines, and many of them have people clamoring to get whatever poster or vid feed or what have you autographed or signified by these celebrities. And the interesting thing here is that Zorn, you've been placed kind of on your own. You're way up here, outside of everybody else. You're not with the other contestants, and your line is kind of Spartan. You know you have a fan base, but it just doesn't seem like many people have shown up. And those that have shown up, there's this embarrassing moment in your past when Zorn was doing some sort of contest against another player, and they grabbed his costume, and there was a costume malfunction, and your costume ripped along the side, split down the seam, and exposed some undergarments, some sky blue undergarments, and it was a huge guffaw. Everybody laughed, and you got a big pay bump for the boost in ratings. So Zorn got paid for that, but it was a moment of embarrassment for the character, and freaking people keep bringing blue underwear for you to sign. Sky blue, dark blue, what have you. And you're kind of sick of it at this point because you've been signing a lot of underwear. It's all new. Nobody's bringing used stuff. But, man, that was a day you'd rather forget. And they keep reminding you every time you're at one of these shows. So, Zorn, you're here at your table. Real quick, will you check for me? Can you move your character? Can you control him? I just want to make sure that you're good at that front.
No.
Okay, 1 second. Ah ha ha ha. Zorn, boom. Save changes. All right, try again.
Yes.
All right, good. Yes. All right, good stuff. Okay, this is also a technical demo, folks on the stream.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. Okay. So, Benheim, you are here to find Zorn and recruit him. You see people all around you. There's lines at every one of these tables, and you're down here kind of spying out each of these tables. You haven't quite found Zorn yet. But you're walking up this pathway. Real quick, Barry, can you control your character? Make sure I do.
Hell, I don't even see my character.
He's down here.
Ah,
He's,
there he is.
Yeah.
Practice. Scale.
Yeah. Let me hit the thing button. Oh, no, I haven't even done this. Gosh. David has not done anything. There you go.
Whatever, David said
Yeah.
all this.
All right. Good stuff. All right. So, yeah, you've got people everywhere. This atrium is packed. I mean, there's people on the grass. There's people sitting on the stones. They're hanging out, talking, eating food, just doing convention stuff. People in cosplay, people acting out whole scenes with kind of creepy levels of accuracy, frankly, Zorn. You're like, wow, I don't remember that accent being quite so accurate. They've really been practicing quite a bit. So all of this stuff is kind of going on in this atrium. Is anybody else joining Benheim to talk to Zorn?
Oh, hell yeah. Jays is right there with Bangkok Ben.
All right, good stuff. Let's get
I
Jay's.
think I'm staying on the ship to make sure that everything is quality.
All right,
Same.
you are with the ship. Perfect. All right, Jay's Smith save. All right, so
This
you're
does not
you're
sound
down here
like-
with Benheim.
I got my blade out.
Good times. Good times. All right. So you guys you've got tons of stuff going on in here. Just real quick, because you're kind of looking for this guy. Let's just do a real quick dice roll. Let's do some recon. Let's see if you guys can spot out what's going on out here in this atrium. Find your boy. All that good stuff.
Jays dropped some streetwise on you.
Oh, okay. Cool. I asked for recon.
Oh, man. I don't have recon. It's as close as I get. I got no recon.
So tell you what, you said you had carouse, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you kind of work the crowd a little bit, try and get somebody to help point you in the right direction. Roll a carouse for me.
How do I do this?
Yeah, so on your character sheet, I'm going to open up Bangkok's character sheet. So on your character sheet, under skills, you have a bunch of stuff filled out. The roll is the 3 ampersands to the left-hand side. There you go. I feel like you got it.
Yep.
Boom. Oh, Rich, Scott. Oh, there you go. I see you now. Awesome. Okay, cool. So you guys are kind of working the crowd, and it's awkward, right? Because this is not your scene, and cons have kind of they have an not an etiquette, but like a cultural norm. And you two are outsiders, and you don't know the cultural norm. So it's tough. It's tough getting people's attention. But Jay's, eventually you kind of work with. Oh, okay. Okay. See. Thank you. Thank you. So you guys are kind of learning the scene a little bit, and with a little bit of finagling, you guys get a particularly awkward group of people to tell you where Zorn is. And Zorn is way up the path, far away from everybody else. He's at a table all by himself. And he's got a small line of, 5 or 6 people. I'm going to move you guys up. He's got a small line of 5 or 6 people. They're signing his stuff. In the back of the line is this mechanic-looking guy. He's got a scruffy beard. He's got the jumpsuit from a specific ship, and he keeps checking his watch. And he's got a bundle of things that he wants signed, but he keeps checking his watch, and he's kind of antsy on his feet. And he looks back to you guys and says, "Are you here to get signed by Zorn? Would you bring? Did you bring one of his like special prints, or did you go grab just one of the ones off the pile? What'd you get?"
I brought this blade.
I don't remember Zorn using a blade. No, he's never used a blade.
I want him to sign my blade.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, my name's Eddie. He kind of juts his hand out for you.
I look at Bangkok to shake his hand.
He shifts instead of you. Okay. Over to Bangkok. Bangkok, do you shake his hand?
I shake his hand.
There you go. He says, I'm running a little late for a job, but I really want to get this signed. Could I ask you to get it signed for me?
Son of a bitch.
I'm on the Perseus. It'd mean a lot to me.
So, we can do it, but, you're going to have to come and get it from us to reclaim it, because I'm not going to hunt you down.
Oh. He kind of looks you guys over. Are you guys wearing any insignia for the ship that you're on? What are you wearing? How do you present yourself?
Next.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, the line moves
He's
forward.
like, I need my credits.
Yeah, you've got
the line moving.
You've got another person, and they walk up. They have to pay to get your signature. So you get your
$10.
Yeah, you get your e-bucks.
8 by 10.
I'm all black, bro. I don't have my back suit on, but I'm all black with my undergarments. You know what I mean?
You've got like a black tank top or something like that.
Yeah, black tank top, black pants, black, duty belt. Got my black boots on. Got my black blade. I'm
head to toe ninja. Got it.
Yes.
I don't really want your 8 by 10, but can you sign these blue underwear for me?
Grumbling, hand shaking in rage. Good. Benheim, how do you present yourself when you're off ship?
I am dressed exactly as my icon looks like right now.
Okay, so you've got here. Let's zoom in a little bit just to give the audience a taste.
Almost the same beard.
Yeah, you've got this kind of big, meaty beard, flat hat, brim, big brim, black hat, good shirt, good jacket. This is definitely the style of the time with the local nobleman, is to have this kind of Western feel to it, kind of a brave frontiersman type look. So pretty much, Bangkok is in fashion at this time. And so, yeah, he kind of looks you over and says, "Are you where would I find you? What how could I get this stuff back from you?"
Have we named our ship yet?
The Gucci Mane.
Did you guys just name your ship the Gucci Mane?
No.
I swear, Zorn just almost spit food out. He's over there G fueling up. And he'll spit it all out.
Yeah, I don't know if Zorn is John Confled yet, but he might be.
So I suggest Gucci Mane is our ship name. What do you guys think?
I suggest that people who don't have a share in the ship don't vote.
I think this is going to be a common theme throughout the entire adventure.
We will pick a name in just a minute. Right now,
But for now, we'll call it Gucci Mane.
you know, you would have some sort of holding company, Barry, at the very least, that would give this guy a PO box.
I let
or
him
something
know
like
that I am the the master of the such and such ship.
that. Okay. You give him a name, and he keys it into a data pad real quick. Says, "All right, I get off shift in 10 hours. Are you guys still going to be on station?"
Are we?
I mean, do we care? Just say yes. I mean, what's the
Sure,
worst
we'll be
that
here.
happens?
All right, roll a deception for me, because you don't know. Just...
Ooh.
Oh, but you haven't included a social yet.
Unfortunately, I had.
Oh, awesome. He's he looks to you. He looks to you, Jays. Could you hold on to it for me?
Listen, Eddie. Eddie's his name, right? Listen, Eddie. I'll take it.
Every
Look, the
shit's
line's
word.
already moving up, bro. If you don't give me this shit to get signed now, it's not going to get timed. You got to go, bro. You give me the shit. It's either you come to my boat or I leave it on a package with the dock master for you to get in 10 hours. It's your decision, man. You want to give it to me? You want me to live with the dock master? My boat's here. You can come to my boat. Gucci Mane is the pimp ride. Eddie, what do you want to do?
All right. I'll be there in 10 hours. And he kind of shakily hands over the stuff. And it's it's a really nice picture of Zorn in blue underwear.
Oh, he's going to love this. You must be a super fan as he walks off.
I am. Thank you so much. And your name is?
Jays.
Okay. And he runs off to his shift. And you guys have now moved up the line. I think you're you're like third or second in line now. Oh, this guy left, so you're second in line.
Hey, Jays, can I see that for a minute?
Sure.
Oh God.
I rip it in half and throw it in the nearest trash. Fucking ridiculous.
Disman, I feel
You just
there's
killed
a
a hook,
problem.
bro. You just killed a hook.
You rip it up and you just discard it right there on the ground.
Yep.
And a couple of moments later, a little boop, 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 little bot comes scurrying up and shuffles all the stuff you just ripped up into its belly and goes scurrying away.
Oh, I love her.
So yeah, you're just like rip it up, toss it on the ground. He has no idea. Moves on with his life. All right. So, Zorn, you sign the next person's things. Fortunately, this time it's not underwear. It's just a video that they want you to author. That you certify they've got it, and you guys are now at the head of the line.
Zorn's greatest hits.
Yeah, exactly. The
Volume-
one fan that brought
Volume
Zorn's greatest
2.
hits.
Zorn's greatest hits, volume 2. Yes, this is from the 3rd season. This is a good one.
Perfect.
This is where I beat Blasto.
Yeah, Blasto, by the way, is sitting over here just south of you.
Gladstone?
Yeah, I don't know why he gets to sit there. I need to talk to my agent.
Yeah, your manager is messing this up.
This is not cool. Next.
These two figures step before you.
One item per person.
All right, I got a question.
Yeah.
The fuck is up with this blue underwear stuff?
I mean, I don't know. It's just a thing. You know, you get on Imperium television one time in blue underwear, and it sticks with you for the rest of your life.
Is that how you want to be remembered?
No, I actually want to be remembered for my acting capabilities and my now writing capabilities. You know, I don't know if you've heard, but I've been writing a few plays. Are you a producer? Well, I mean,
In a manner of speaking,
I could
I've
have
got
my
an
agent,
opportunity for you.
I could have my agent
We're
contact you.
we're not talking about agents. We're talking about doing something with your life, not being underwear boy.
Well, I mean, listen,
Come on, Zorn. Do it,
What?
Zorn.
What'd you have in mind?
How would you like to be a partner on a starship?
Ask what.
I guess that means that I would have to put in money to do such a thing.
As I understand from your past history, you have some shares that you could deposit towards the endeavor.
And what's the ROI on that? You have
Barry,
have a good
just to feed you that real quick, the ROI is 1%
Yeah.
of the ship's value per month, so it's a pretty good living.
Oh yes, I'm looking at your balance sheets right here that you've provided me. And,
It's like
But-
talking to
You
Jake
think-
the Snake Roberts at Origins over here. Oh,
If
boy.
you don't think he didn't come with that shit, he came with that shit ready
yes,
for you.
I'm seeing here that if I give my shares and I transfer them from the
You can't even finish. Where are your shares now?
Oh, I love this game.
What's the
Most
name?
important, more important than any amount of shares, I guarantee you will never see a pair of blue underwear on this ship. If they do, I will personally have Jays here eject them out of the airlock.
I mean, but I
hold up my
actually,
knife.
all the underwear I own is blue.
We don't wear underwear on the ship.
Narcissist.
It's very
I love Bangkok's solution to the problem. It's like, well, fine, there's just no underwear, all right?
it's very liberating. Very liberating. It's very forward thinking. Oh, so what's here? It
Commandos.
says here the name of your ship is the Gucci Mane.
Chat did vote and agree. It is the Gucci Mane.
Yes,
We'll discover
I
that in a
currently-
second.
I currently have all my shares on the ship, the Birdman. So I guess I could cash in my Birdman stocks and purchase into the Gucci Mane. I really do like your sheets, your balance statements. It does seem like the ROI is better than the Birdman's. I mean, sure, I'll buy in. I guess it beats. It means I could probably give up signing blue underwear for people.
By the way, we leave in 7 hours.
All right, let's go. Let's blow this popsicle stand. I get up and I'm in my gladiator like outfit, you know, and I toss the table up.
Oh yeah, no, that table goes sailing, and like a little robot goes over to go and try and hoover it up, and then it like beep beep bumps into it and like raises a little flag, and like a bigger robot comes by to go and collect the table.
I flip the table and I give my catchphrase. It's time to zoninate.
Oh God.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, people like are in their lines like, whoa, what's going on over there? And they see the table flip, and the line behind you guys like, wait. Like one of the previous like, wait, is he not signing anymore? You see like 3 more people with blue underwear in their hands, like ready to go.
I turn around and I give a flex with the peace sign.
Yes. Yeah.
Zone is out.
So do you just storm across the grass here or the stand like towards the door out?
Kicking little baby robots as you walk.
But
Yes.
maybe you really should take a look at this play I've written. I say as we're walking.
Sweet.
I mean, if you know any producers, I really think that this is some good stuff.
Well, what would you think about maybe taking and performing that play on our ship at some point in time? Maybe you could produce it.
Oh, I could act in it. I mean, the main character's name's Zorn, but it's with a Z. It's not with an X, so it's not me. But I could play that main role.
That's pretty creative.
Yeah, look. This is one of the lines from it. It's what light through yon port cutlass breaks. 'Tis the starboard, and Juliet is the sun. I mean, that was
I
pretty
like it.
good. That was
Yeah.
pretty good. Thank you.
And you get and scene. You guys leave the atrium. Your boat, the yacht. Let's move everybody to the yacht.
The Gucci main.
The yacht. I don't know what the name of the yacht is just
No.
yet.
Well,
Your
named it.
your yacht is this is the deck plan for the yacht. Your boat is 3 levels. The top level here is where the bridge and the main airlock for the yacht are. And right now it's moored to the space station. So you all enter in through this airlock here at the top. Let me know if you are not seeing the
Center it just a little bit.
you have to center it. Oh, here.
Oh, I do. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, Roll20 is so magical. There we go. I'm with you. Oh, we got graph bikes, bitches.
Yep. Yeah, folks, here we learn Roll20 in front of you. This is a professional show. Okay, so here's the bridge where you guys pilot the yacht. The top level is storage for a number of safari vehicles. You have a hangar here that can fit what's called a cutter, which is a large 50-ton space-going vessel. And you can fit things like a hover car or a raft, an air raft. It's like a hover vehicle. You can fit the ATV, which is like an armored personnel carrier for really dangerous safaris with big scary monsters. And then grav bikes. And grav bikes are really fun, little zip around grav motorcycles. You can go around the space station on a grav bike. You can go from spaceship to spaceship on a grav bike. These little hover vehicles, these 3 hover vehicles specifically, give you the power to zip around planets, space, wherever. As long as they're all open air, so you need to bring your own oxygen. But you can fly around as much as you like in these little things.
What kind of piloting skills required for them?
Those require, I think it's called fly grav. And so I know a couple of you have drive or fly
Jay's
skills.
has it.
I'm okay with you guys taking a 0 in fly, so you guys can at least safely fly these things. Whereas Jay's is probably especially good at flying this stuff.
I have drive from that one time I robbed a bank.
Yes. How about you take fly grav? Because if you robbed a bank, you probably would have done it in a grav car.
Okay.
People in the chat are already on the ship. I love this. Okay. Yeah, so you guys, and this ATV has a little machine gun mounted on it. It's nothing like a gun for a ship, but it's great at getting rid of your larger rodents. Rodents of unusual size. So,
I like what you did there.
thank you.
I got it. I got it.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody did. So yeah, you have storage for all your vehicles, and you've got this kind of larger away vessel over here on the right hand side that has a big. It's got a cargo module in it right now, but this cutter allows you to do lots of different things. You could put seats into it to shuttle around a lot of different people, that kind of stuff.
Harvest fuel.
It can harvest fuel for you, which is important. This is something, this cutter over here on the far right, this can't jump from starship to star, or from star system to star system. It can only do interplanetary stuff. It can't move across the galaxy like your yacht can. Your yacht can move across the galaxy. So deck 1 is where all that stuff is stored. Deck 2 down here. Let me zoom out just a little bit so we can get it all in picture. This is where you all live. So deck 2 is everybody is. I'm going to put you all in the little common area here. Deck 2 is where you guys visit, you live. Each of you have your own room. You each have your own stateroom on the yacht. And there's, 4, 9, 10 other staterooms. One of the staterooms, this one here at the top, at the nose, is a double stateroom. This is where your highest paying guest would stay. And they're going to pay a lot of money to stay in that room. This room has, ports so they can observe the space around them. This is a really posh room. Now, all of these rooms are luxurious. Every single one of these rooms is very well appointed with super soft beds, crash couches that allow them to survive, high G space, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you have a number of rooms here you can rent out on the second floor of your ship. On the back of the ship, you have this room here at the south end of the ship, where you've got some cargo bay doors. This is your cargo bay. So anything extra beyond just carrying people around, you can also load up a little bit of cargo. Maybe you transport some interplanetary mail, that kind of thing, which is a thing in Traveler. Traveler comes with a lot of bookkeeping, folks. Basically, this cargo bay is small compared to other ships, but you can still move some goods. Some high-value, dense goods could fit in this quite well. Or if you have passengers with a lot of specific cargo, maybe they also rent out your cargo space in addition to the staterooms. Attached to the cargo bay is a small, unassuming room. It's got a normal iris door on it. There's no windows going into that room. But this room is Rose's lab. Rose, you have a nice, quote-unquote, sick bay. On the door in small print, it's stenciled sick bay. So everybody knows, this is where I go when I get sick. But unknown to everyone else, known only to you and maybe a handful of the crew, one of your medical beds comes with straps to hold people down. It serves as a lab for the doctor, where she gets to do her science, her very important space science.
Space scurvy does not cure itself.
That's right. That's right. Ever doing work.
Always.
So yeah, this is your kind of private lab space and sick bay. It is a legitimate sick bay. Both of these beds are legitimate sanitary medical beds, which you could perform surgery, cybernetic implants, brain swaps, whatever you got to do, you can do in here.
So much.
Yep. There's capabilities in this room, all for you. You've got all your equipment. You mustered out with a bunch of personal equipment, so it's all in here. It's all, good equipment. It's well taken care of. Everything in here is sanitary. The room self cleans.
Clean.
So when you're gone, there's kind of a self-cleaning agent that filters through this room, a gas that kills anything biological, a spray that goes through and kind of coats the walls to get rid of any toxins that are left over, and a UV light that just stays on, baking everything, right, for good measure. And whenever you are in or the room is occupied by people, those things don't happen. So you can leave the room without poor Zorn here getting sprayed and UV lit and jacked up while he's getting healed. This room knows when there's an occupant in it.
Okay.
Deck 3, Bangkok, this is your world. This is where you live. This down here is engineering. It's the fuel tank. It's the muscle of the ship. All the way at the top is where, the captain and comms and sensors and computers, all that stuff happens on the deck, on the bridge. But down here, this is where the maneuver drives are. This is where the jump drives are. This is where life support is. It's all here. And so in here, you've got a little modest workshop with some spare equipment, that kind of thing. Your drives are top of the line, minimal hum. Right, minimal disruption for your crew, not for your crew, really, for your guests. There's special padding between this deck and other decks so that the hum that does exist, that does emanate from this deck, doesn't reverberate throughout the ship unless you're under high strain. So when you guys are just cruising along, this boat glides smooth as silk through space. And you wouldn't even know that it's running because of all the dampening that happens between deck 3 and deck 2. Good times. So this is the tour of y'all's ship. This is your yacht. This comes right out of the base book. I added a couple of things in here for the medical bay, but everything else is pretty much right out of the game. You all have a number of staterooms over here on the left to claim. I think you all have control over your tokens.
No, we don't.
Oh my! Well, you might not because you.
I would have already been
Why-
moving mine. I was already.
Why does the
trying
medical
like
bed
5
look
times.
like a coffin?
Well,
When
that
it's
tells
in
you
my
about our doctor.
bay.
Oh yeah, that's just kind of how it works, unfortunately.
That's how pictures work.
Yeah, that's how when they're described, that's how they look. Rose, you should have control of yours.
Jays, get out of the guest room.
I'm just checking things out. I'm just, once we get
Zorn.
someone, I'll move out.
Yo, got you, Zorn. Bangkok, you're good. All right, everybody should be good. Okay. So yeah, your staterooms could be over on the left-hand side or wherever you want them to be, but you all have your own room somewhere, unless Jays has to sleep in the cargo bay because she doesn't contribute any ship shares.
This is my special room right by the grab equipment.
Yep.
Do you protect the grab bikes at all time?
Yes,
that
they are cool.
You stay in the cargo bay for the vehicles. Okay. Well, actually, Jays, you have a little bit of mechanic, don't you?
Do I?
Did you just take mechanic?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right.
I have mechanic 0. Does that count?
Okay. Yeah, I thought during the last of our character creation you took the
Creation.
mechanic
Yeah.
point.
No, I did not take the mechanic point, but it
Okay.
looks like sometime during my character creation process, my great character creator gave me mechanic 0.
Sweet.
Kelly did a great job.
Yes. Okay, good. Jays makes a beeline for the double room. So yeah, you guys are on your ship. You have some time, before you have anything left to do. Bangkok, you have some messages waiting for you, but none of them are high priority. So you guys as a group have a little bit of time to kind of figure out some things like what you want to call the ship, how you guys want to organize, all that stuff.
I'm touring the ship to look for the turret. I need to get familiar with my.
Good call out. So on this ship, you'll notice there's a little ring on each deck. There's this ring here, this ring there, and on the first level, it's in the back. This is the hatch. There's a ladder hatch that goes all the way from the top to the bottom. At the very top of this hatch, above the bridge, is where the turret could be. There's not a turret. There's a spot for a turret. There's a chair for a turret, but there's no actual turret on this boat.
Zorn, you just need to punch ships. They get really close, just punch them.
Could we take out a larger note on the ship to get a turret, or?
You certainly could. Yeah.
How much do turrets run?
About $1 million. Well, I'll have to go look, but I think they're like $1 million for a triple turret, maybe.
Okay. If we don't name the ship Gucci Mane, how much do they cost?
About the same.
I was just saying.
I'll have to go look through the book real quick. But other thing to note is you do also have a really nice lift. This square right here is the lift for the boat. It's the black square, goes between 1 and 2. It's how your guests get around. So your guests never take the ladder. They always take the lift.
So does the doctor.
So does the doctor, apparently. So yeah, at the top of that is where your turret would be. Let me pull up the turrets real quick while you guys talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves while I look at this stuff.
From chat, I just have to mention this. You don't need a torpedo launcher if you keep the melee fighter in the airlock. Thank you, Nefarious Obituary. You are correct.
You just
You can-
shoot Zorn.
You can just
at
send them.
enemy
Yes.
ships. Go, Zorn, go!
You can send them over on a little grav bike, and it's fine. They'll do great.
I feel like Gucci Mane's estate is the one who owns the other 56% of our ship.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hence the name.
I think we are stuck with the Gucci Mane, my friends.
I would also accept the little yachty.
Yes, that was really good. I remember being Little Yachty was. I
All
just
right.
really want to say later. Gucci Mane, Gucci.
I feel like chat. We need some suggestions for ship names. Gucci Mane and Little Yachty are in the list. More suggestions for ship names. That would be phenomenal right now for the next 2 minutes. Give us some suggestions, and then crew, you guys look through these suggestions and decide which one you want.
And by the way, I'm kind of this drifter hobo, right?
No.
And it's just the way Jay's lives, right? So I kind of live just kind of cool. I don't know how much it costs to buy in on this ship. So is this something I can buy in on? Or am I just a hired hand? Are you guys just needing me for this job? And I'm here. I mean, I know you two. I got good rep with y'all. Y'all know my DNA's tested. Is there
Certified badass.
certified?
I literally do have your DNA tested because you were a science experiment at one point.
Yes.
So
So
Is this something I can buy into? Is this something? No, we're just going to give you some cash old for being our pilot and general badass, or what's the story here?
I'm okay with work done being 1 or 2 ship shares, I think. But I also will defer to Barry.
So, I mean, right now, 1 or 2 ship shares would essentially put him even with, several other people on the boat.
1 ship share.
And the other thing
Half a ship share.
the other thing y'all have to remember is the ship shares at this point are not really yours to give out unless one
Yeah.
of you are giving up one of your shares to him,
Right.
Oh,
because
well,
the
screw that.
bank owns the rest. The bank has a say as well, as y'all have a
So,
mortgage.
he has
Jay's-
his credit checked.
Very true.
Jay's, the way I see this is absolutely you can take and buy into it, and the money that you earn while we're doing this, if you undertake and buy into the ship, I would have absolutely no issue with it. We'd need to put that up to a vote, to the remainder of the shareholders. So,
Okay, so what's a ship share cost?
Dave.
Oh, a ship share is like 1 million cred.
Okay, so I'm going to work and
Yeah.
help out on the boat.
Yeah, because if you look at let's look at the cost of the ship. The ship is millions of dollars, right, or millions of space credits, right? I say space credits, imperial credits. It's millions of credits, and you guys each own 1%, somewhere between 1, 2, and 20 something percent.
These names in the chat.
Oh yeah, no, the names are amazing, guys. Keep them coming. This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think the SS Thailand is my favorite so far.
The yacht is sorry, 1 million is a little too much. The yacht is 50 million out the door.
Okay.
So each ship share is 500,000.
Yeah. Still out of my reach. Still out of my reach.
Just a paltry sum.
I mean, that's like saying 1 million, 1 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's not the way I live, guy.
Yeah.
I'm a drifter.
Yeah.
I'm a horse, I do ride.
And a turret, just to circle our wagons on the turret. If we want to add a single turret, which is 1 barrel, that is going to cost you 200K. A double turret, so 2 barrels, 500K. Triple barrel is 1 million.
Yeah, I was looking that up. I think we should go a double barrel pulse laser.
What's a double versus a triple?
So every time
$500,000.
yeah, well, every time you shoot from that turret is, are you shooting with 1 gun or 3 guns at your hated enemy? So it's
Dave, when
it's
you
an
get a
amount of
chance, would you
damage you
correct
can
my-
output.
When you get a chance, would you correct the spelling of my name?
Oh, have I jacked it up? I did jack it up. Look at that.
Yeah, Disman has an O too while while you're at it.
There are no C's in Bangkok.
All right. Dismon. Oh,
There's a
Disman.
joke there somewhere, and I'm not touching it.
There is. Let me fix all this. See, we. I even gave you guys an extra week.
Kylan.
Let's see here.
I am putting all these into a random picker, so
There
keep
we
them
go.
coming.
Got that. Is it?
Double
Yep.
turret pulse laser.
Okay, so the pulse laser is an extra half K or a half extra 500K per. So, but that's the cheapest one. The pulse laser is the cheapest. Yeah, turrets are expensive, y'all. They're
Is it per, or is it you just do double turret
per
and
barrel?
then add?
Yeah, I think it's per barrel. Yeah. Because you're paying for the weapon. You have the turret, and then you pay for the weapon. SS moral ambiguity. I love that. All right.
I think we all have a 2 in moral ambiguity.
Yes. Let's see here, and then
Except for Jay's.
Ethan, let me fix you real quick.
Jace, what does Jace have in it?
There's
Jay's
nothing
is pure at
ambiguous-
heart.
Pure at heart.
There's nothing ambiguous
Damn.
about Jay's.
I tested his
Pure.
DNA for that. I can
Her deal.
concur. Sorry.
We're
Okay,
gonna,
David, I put all these into a list.
You know,
okay.
it's a yacht. It's a yacht ship. So single turret pulse laser.
Okay. So a single turret pulse would be 700K
Yeah.
added to the bill.
Yes.
Zorn, is this work with your
Zorn.
skill set?
I can handle that. Yeah. It's a little disappointing, but I suppose this isn't a warship.
Did you
So
use
what's your
one of
acting
these?
career?
Did you use one of these back in Imperial Gladiator or whatever?
Oh, Imperial Gladiator. Yes, I used to carry one of these as my weapon. I had it attached to my armor, and I used to just murder all sorts of lower life forms in the pits. But as far as my days as Marines, no, the Imperium just put me in a cannon and shot me at the planets, where then I murdered everybody I saw.
The Imperium is known for its adherence to the Geneva Convention.
Oh, are they?
No, I'm just kidding. They are not.
I'm sorry to tell you, if you think that way, you're wrong.
Yeah, no, the Imperium does what it needs to do.
I've killed many women and children.
God damn, dude, no. Stop.
Stop. You've gone too far. You've gone too far.
All right.
That's what they told me before they kicked me out.
Would you like to hear the list?
Yes. Will you please read off the list so that my
Apps.
you
A
lovely
blue.
players can pick a name for your ship?
Well, I also have it in a random name picker in case we want to go that route. We have the SS Thailand, Bodie McBoatface, Gucci Mane, Little Yachty, Bangkok's Bang In Yacht, Space Doggy Dog, Ice T 1000, Beyonce, Space Jam, The Flying Dutchman, Tranquility, Yacht the Droids You're Looking For, Lightning Bug, The Aluminum Eagle, Jelly Bean, SS Moral Ambiguity, Peanut Butter, SS Blue Underwear, SS 100% That Bish, SS No Underwear, 100% That Ship, SS Juice, SS Space Rambo, SS Commando Zorn.
Well, I know what Zorn's voting for.
I'm voting we should just call the ship the Commando ship.
Commando, the Commando.
I veto any underwear names because I gave my word to Zorn.
Okay.
Also, you are looking to bring on, well-moneyed passengers who might be
That's
on the
why
conservative
Gucci
side.
Mane.
Oh, and Gucci's like a really
Gucci
big
Mane.
brand guy.
We just call it the Gooch for short.
Oh, let's not call it that.
No, if you watch Different Strokes back in the day, the Gooch was the bully of the show. There
Oh.
were so many episodes where the Gooch had to learn a lesson.
I was kind of,
What
I always
was
got a
that?
good chuckle out of Yacht the Droids You're Looking For.
Yacht the Droids You're Looking For
That was
is good.
hilarious. But I've no dog in this hunt. You guys, you all look.
But it is the yacht they're looking for. Remember, I've got shares in this. I'm looking to get a return on my investment. This is exactly the yacht you're looking for.
Would you like me to pick a name at random?
That sounds dangerous.
I know.
It does. There's a lot of dangers.
We all know Gucci Mane will come up if you do, man.
All right, just so I'm not biased, I'm gonna go get myself a drink.
Okay.
You all pick a name. I'll be right back.
Oh God, we have like 2 minutes to figure this out.
So, I like the Gucci Mane. I also like Tranquility.
I do like Tranquility.
Tranquility, it speaks to a lot of things. There's
Firefly.
interest there.
It also seems like something that's not going to happen in our adventures.
Exactly. So we should at least name our ship that.
Tranquility appeals to Dismond's newfound sensibilities.
Oh my God, did we agree on Tranquility?
I think Barry.
Bangkok.
I have to say though, it's extremely not funny.
It's very true, but it will get us passengers.
It would be much better to be like, what
Well,
should
I
we do?
mean,
And we all go,
except-
Gucci Mane, Gucci Mane.
It doesn't really fit with the shtick that we've got going because, I mean, we just recruited Zorn for his celebrity.
Okay.
And that's not exactly tranquility.
That's true.
Zorn, have you ever been accused of being tranquil? I mean, other than your acting career?
Never.
Wow. What about
Wait a minute.
the random pick is Yacht the Droids You're Looking For? I'm not kidding. That was
Wow.
what just came up. Okay. So
This is the hardest part of any RPG.
I don't know. The last entry I could think of is the Dungeon Master.
nah.
No.
It could be Bangkok's Bangin' Yacht.
Nah, it doesn't work either.
That's too much like Bang Bros. Not that anybody knows what that is.
We could change the Yacht the Joy to Yacht the Zorn you're looking for.
I mean, are we selling this whole thing on his celebrity?
I
David,
mean,
this is going to
the
take a
most
whole
famous
episode
of
for
us.
us to figure out the name.
You guys got to figure this out. Y'all got to figure this out.
Why do you do this to us?
But Heather, do you really want the attention of?
No, I don't. So Yacht the Zorn You're Looking For sounds great to me.
I like how you're like, wait. You're right. I don't want to be the titular character on this ship.
I think Desmond and I are good chilling in the back.
Yeah. I picked a cabin that is the furthest down a hallway, so you have to really try to find.
I'm just gonna stay.
Oh yeah, all the way in the corner. Yeah. Good stuff.
So you got the Zorn You're Looking For?
I think so.
It'll always be Gucci Mane in my heart.
Yes, well.
That's how we refer to it internally.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the office joke.
Okay.
Totally.
All right. So, ship name. Hold on, I got this. Was it GUCCIMANE? MAIN?
That's what we call it ourselves.
MANE.
Okay. That's the ship name. Okay. And then, oops, move that down. Ship registered.
Oh.
What is it?
Yacht the Zorn you're looking for.
Oh, XORN. Awesome. Zorn, you bring the star power.
This is the truth. I'm telling you guys, we name it Yacht the Zorn you're looking for. You're going to get a very good money back on your investment. If you look here at my projections, we'll see we will have complete possession of this ship within 5 years. If we live that long.
That's the 5-year plan. I like it. What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dave,
Yes, Rich.
You did not point out the mess hall. I need to know where the candies.
Oh, so yeah,
My
this
milkshake's bringing all the boys to the yard.
gross. I hate that song so
Where
much.
is the mess hall?
This little common area on the second level, where all
Yes.
the staterooms have access to. This is the common area where folks.
Candy is.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like in Firefly. This is where the mess hall is and all that stuff. The cabinet's full of candy. It's worth mentioning all of your rooms are luxury 1, so they all have their own bathroom, which is great.
Ooh.
Which means there's other ships where that's not the case. People got to share.
Zorn can't pee in front of other people.
I'm not touching that one. Just letting
You
all the
shouldn't touch
listeners
that
know they got out of this one. They gotta get out of jail free card.
That's right. Okay. So, there's a question in chat about what is space accountant. That is not advocacy, admin. The skill admin. If you have the skill. Yeah. I think Barry, you have admin, right?
I've got admin 2 with a significant multiplier.
Yeah.
Admin.
Yeah. So
Accountant.
you are.
Who's the mortgage loan officer here?
Barry. Always Barry.
All right.
It's like Eve. It's space accounting.
It is.
Oh my god! Can we just do a game based on spreadsheets, please?
Wait, you
Isn't
guys.
that what we're doing?
Yeah, I was about to say, you guys aren't looking at my spreadsheet. Yes, you have a spreadsheet.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And yeah, the spreadsheet ain't looking good for y'all right now.
Well, Zorn has a 5-year plan. We're in good shape.
That's right. Good job, Zorn. Your prospectus is great.
Look here at my statements. The projections are quite clear that within 5 years,
Good.
We'll break even and start profiting from this
Zorn has
endeavor.
been investing heavily in Roth IRAs.
Look
Space
here.
IRAs, yeah.
If you look here at my regression algorithms, you'll notice that there is definitely there's definitely a
Okay.
relation
Well, wait. Let me
between
get my
the-
headset on. I got a whole new idea too. We got like another
Rich,
40 minutes to go here.
Rich,
Hold on.
you came in and started interrupting everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, please.
If you look at my regression models, you see there's a direct correlation to having me ship towards the profitability of the Gucci Mane.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Rich.
We got to name all the ships. We got like the grav bikes.
We don't
can
have that
we
kind
can
of
have
time.
The Mad and the
Yeah,
Ellie,
you
and
guys.
we can have.
You guys can work on that on your own time.
Okay, I'll work on it off. I'll work on it off.
Offline.
Yes.
Offline.
And
Yes.
I'll get all of our grav vehicles named. Okay.
Thank you.
We got to let David just completely wreck everything we own. So I mean, you know,
Might as well name it.
Yep. So,
So this is my room, right? Just kidding.
as the mainline talent. So you guys finish the paperwork, get your ship registered as Yacht the Zorn you're looking for, with all the socials added, and you're on Spaceogram and all that stuff.
Twitterverse.
Well, no, in what is it? Imperial something or another. Imperial book. I mean, it's got to be.
Oh no,
It's gotta be
Facebook's
Traveler.
Still there.
No, it's
No,
not.
Mark Zuckerberg lived. He lived.
He's still
He
alive.
kept himself alive. Him and Elon Musk are still here.
So you get your ship registered, and almost immediately you get a flood of messages to the ship's accountant, which I assume is Benheim, because he's the one with admin. Benheim, you have a number of offers to, one, sell your ship immediately at low ball prices. People are like, oh, I see you just registered a ship. Are you looking to liquidate? I can give you, 10 cents on the dollar. Things like that. Immediately, all those go to the circular bin. You spam all those out. No big deal.
On an absolutely truthful kind of a thing is that as soon as you buy a house, you automatically start getting emails saying, "Hey, do you want to sell?"
No, exactly. Like that's so you guys have purchased a home and a job. Really. I mean, this is a money-making house that you jump from star system to star system hoping to make more and more cash as you go. So 100%. Yeah, as soon as you buy it, it is, do you want to sell? I'm an investor. I'm ready to buy right now. Hoping to get you out of the thing you just bought. It's a little maddening. There's just so much spam to take care of on the first few hours. But you do have a notable email, a prospective client come across your feed of things that you're just selecting all and dumping into the spam folder from someone by the name of Lysosome. Has
Lysol?
Lysosome.
All right, I read it.
Yeah. So Lysosome, she is she has a bid for a job, asking for transportation for her and her crew of explorers. She describes it as a kind of ship-based safari. And as you read through her prospectus, as you read through her offer, you get the sense that that really this is a scavenging offer, where she knows the location of a ship that she wants to safari and go and find what local fare is on this notable celestial object, and is willing to not only rent out all of your cargo space that you'll let her have and a number of your staterooms, but wants to keep you on as a retainer as a supply ship for her and her group while they go on their extended safari. The job could pay you for up to 2 months before the contract gets renegotiated. And you guys are being offered money for transit to the ship, and then money to at least bring them to the nearest safe harbor once the contract is complete. And it's for pretty significant money. It's let's see here. I've got it over here. So typically a stateroom goes for several thousand per jump. She's willing to effectively pay. She's willing to effectively pay $8,000 per person per jump. So that's, I did the math earlier. That's about 160 when you include all the cargo and stuff per jump to get her to the star system that she's looking for. She does not name the star system she's looking for, but she does say that we're going to spend significant time in transit.
So 160 a jump, significant transit. I mean, I'm only like a level 2 astrogation person. Would that equate to me like 5 or 6 jumps?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So let's take a step back. Let's talk about the ship a little bit. Your yacht is a jump 1 vessel, so it can go 1 parsec. If I go and pull up the map and show you all your map, you are at subsector Wise Guys. Each hex is a parsec, so your yacht can go 1 hex at a time, and it can go 1 hex at a time. Now it has enough fuel to jump a hex, power back up after the jump, and then jump again. So it can actually effectively has enough fuel for 2 jumps worth of activity. But once it gets there, it's going to be empty. So wherever you jump to needs to have fuel. Otherwise, you end up stranded. And then you've got to wait and hope that somebody comes and rescues you.
This really sounds like Eve.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are here on Xanthium, and that's where this offer is being made from. Lysosome, she's based out of Xanthium.
So when she filled out the form to request a ride, what did she put in for reason? How she found out about the ship.
So
What's the
yeah,
reason for choosing our ship.
So so this actually comes with a number of other offers. So what people do is they put out bids to have ships take them. And whenever a ship shows up, there's just a flood of offers that come in. This one happens to be the most lucrative of the pile. There's a whole bunch of like individual passengers looking for transit up to Balaram, Atun, over to Noth, all of that stuff.
Zorn was really thinking this would be more of a party ship, but
A Rose?
beggars can't be choosers.
As part of our trying to get people to use our ship, we do have there's a mandatory health check. We want to make sure that we're not like carrying any diseases across the galaxy. So
No
just want to
skids.
make sure that is part of these applications we are looking through.
All right. So
Health check
are we still reading the note and deciding, or have we established contact?
No,
I think you are the only one.
Yeah, you've not established contact. You guys, if you want to, you've shared the note with the crew, and you guys can all be looking over this and ask me any questions about what else is in the offer.
Money's money, guys.
Well, Barry hasn't necessarily shared it with us yet. Barry's the one that got it. So
I share it with you guys. I'm concerned about legality of cargo. Not necessarily opposed, but would like to understand what we're dealing with.
I mean, seriously,
regardless
are
of
there
what
space police? Are we going to get pulled over?
What? Yeah, there's space police. Absolutely.
What?
You're in a vast imperial governance. They have massive fleets. They have many fleets. Their reach of space that they control is so vast. They have to have multiple armadas because they can't possibly run a fleet from one end to the other.
Okay, Bangkok Ben, that's why I like you as a friend. Good decision.
Keeping you on the straight and narrow. So let's talk a little bit about legality real quick. So each of these star systems has a different level of law. Some of them are less law-abiding than others. Like all the way out here in the Stratos belts, where Zorn is from, very low law. Just by nature of how the place is organized, they just don't have a lot of local law. Now, there's two separate things here. There's local law and imperial law. As you guys move through space, you fall under imperial law. The Imperium really doesn't care what happens on planets. Planets are run by planet people. The Imperium controls the void. They control the space between planets. And so what they care about are things like ancients, tech, things like slavery, things like that kind of. They really care about really high crimes. If you're transporting nuclear material, they probably don't care so much. But the planets might. The planets, if you dock and try and trade at a planet, that planet might flag what you've got as illegal. So if you're moving nuclear material or guns or something like that, the planet may say, okay, you're not allowed to transport that on our planet, so we're going to arrest you. But the Imperium won't necessarily care unless it's going against one of their high crimes.
Do we have a list of this?
Yeah.
Can you make us a spreadsheet?
Yeah, there is a spreadsheet. It's in the book.
Damn. Okay, Bangkok Ben. What do you think? Did you want to hit them back and see what they?
I'll set up a meeting.
Have we left the planet yet? Because this Eddie guy is going to be showing up pretty soon.
No, this is all within the first hour of you guys getting to your ship. You still have 5 hours before.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I mean, Eddie gets off ship in 8 hours, and you told him you were leaving in 7. So
Right.
I mean, you're good. But that is a good point. You guys you're not on the planet. You're at the high port, so you're up in space in the high port and there's a low port marrying. You can get down to the planet if you wanted to. But you guys are up in the space station. Just off the planet of Xanthium. Xanthium Prime. Sorry.
I respond and attempt to set up a meeting with Lysosome.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Lysosome responds back saying, in about 20 minutes or so, saying, I would like to meet you in such and such bar. There's some bar on a promenade. that is pretty public, super easy to get to, high security area.
Works for me.
Okay.
I go out and ask Disman if he would like to go along with me.
Jace.
Yeah, I think we should leave Jace behind on this one.
God.
We want to get hired. So
God.
maybe, if we want to bring Zorn for a little bit of recognition or something like that, that's fine. But
I don't want to
You gotta
overwhelm
take the doctor next.
potential. Don't want to overwhelm the potential client with the massy personalities available.
right, I think our reputations speak for themselves.
We'll be sure to drop your names. How about that?
Perfect.
Yeah, Jace, we can speak volumes about how good you are at security
And flying.
and flying. Yeah, astrogation, a genius.
Genius.
Good.
And our doctor cured space herpes, and our gunner actually sits on the outside hull of the ship holding the gun.
He's not even in tour base. He's just out there with it. He will physically run around the ship and point it at the other ship. Love it.
He is Zorn the Magnificent.
All right. Okay. The appointed time arrives, maybe an hour and a half later. Lysosome is willing to meet with you.
I'm staying behind as well. Just checking.
Okay.
No, I'm asking.
Oh, yeah.
Is
You
that
guys.
the plan?
Right now, I'm
Someone
just
has to
taking
play
2.
cards with me.
Fine.
I'm assuming I
wash your
can
hands?
wear.
You wear gloves.
I'm a
I'm
doctor.
assuming I can wear like my ballistic vest to the bar.
So yeah,
I don't know.
good question there. The way it works on the high port is technically owned by the Imperium, and the Imperium only allowed you guys to have pistols and swords for personal protection, except for in certain districts. Certain districts are no weapons allowed whatsoever, no combat armor, none of that stuff. You can have protective cloth. Everybody's expected to have vac suits. Really high-end combat-grade vac suits like battle dress is a no-no. Boarding vac suits are a no-no. That kind of thing. So walking around, you need to be civilian level. There's like kind of an open carry policy on these space stations, except for certain districts. Where you guys are meeting is an open carry district.
Right. I essentially have like a 3-piece suit with Kevlar for the vest.
So it may not even be seen.
Yeah.
Okay, then you're good. I wouldn't even worry about it. Unless you get into a situation where you're being approached by authorities, I'll just assume you've always got your vest on you.
Cool.
Okay.
How about the gloves with the shotguns?
No, that would be a no-no.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, the shotgun gloves. Okay, folks, in Traveler, there's a glove that you can press and has a plate, and whenever you press the plate by punching a guy, shotgun rounds go off into the person's face or whatever. That is a big hulking gauntlet. You can't just
Oh, I see.
yeah. Shotgun shells are big, dude, and you need a thing that houses them
That's
and
right.
protects you from them. It's big.
That's why you need a blade.
And so the blade actually has a cool nobility thing to it. In noble circles, there is this sense of dueling for honor and all kinds of stuff. So there is a lot of bladed noblemen. So blades are almost universally accepted on space stations. But either way, you guys go to the bar. This bar is, call it the leaky cutter. The cutter is a type of spaceship that goes from station to ships and planet to planet. It can't jump. It's actually this big guy that you've got right here. This is a cutter. What is that? And so you guys go to this bar. It's kind of it's a pretty posh place. So it's good that you're in a suit. right? Benheim, it's good that you're dressed in your hat and your finery, because you guys are dressed for the establishment. There's what appears to be a real wood bar here. So this is a pretty fancy place for them to actually have like legitimate wood from a tree up here in space. Not just some plastic that's been painted or laminated. It's actual wood, it looks like. And there's stools and booths and all that kind of stuff. As you get up to the kind of entrance there's a data pad, data terminal, and it asks you, do you want a table, or are you here to meet somebody? You tab that you're going to meet somebody, and you key in a meeting code that you and Lysosome had agreed on. And based on that, it tells you that, Lysosome's already here, and you have a booth in the back.
So we go.
All right. Going into this bar, the lights are kind of a blend of blue and white. Again, kind of this pseudo Earth, pseudo sky kind of thing that they're going for. They apparently service a lot of planet-side folk in this bar. And you walk through. There's tables and families eating here. Everybody's pretty well dressed, and you round the corner of this kind of row of booths, and there's a privacy booth there that has been kind of flagged for you, and the curtain's been drawn, and you can see Lysosome and one other gentleman. He's kind of familiar to you, Bangkok. As you get a little closer, you realize it's Ed from earlier, the mechanic. See, chat, we don't lose our plots. All right.
Thank God I'm in the ship. That's all I can say. Thank God I'm in the ship, because I'd stab that little.
So you guys get to the booth, and Ed's face when he sees you kind of lights up, like, and then you see him kind of clock in, like, "Oh, I'm here for business." And Lysosome, she stands and kind of gives you a nod and extends her hand. Benheim?
Yes, it is. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you as well. And you are, as she goes to sit.
Disman.
Disman, good to meet you. This here is Eddie. He's my kind of all around technical consult. She says, "Thanks for agreeing to meet me so quickly. I will admit I do have a bit of a timetable. I can't spend too much time on station, so your willingness to meet me today is a boon in your favor. I want you to know that I'm looking at other ships as well, but yours is attractive with what you registered in terms of loadout. I think would get what I needed done. So I'll stop there. Benheim, do you want to talk a little bit about what you provide, or what's if you have any questions for me?"
Sure. I think we can meet most of the needs that you've brought, if not all. We are, I'd say, a top-tier yacht. We've expanded the basic ship's boat where we actually have a full cutter. We can, mount expeditions from that. We've got a full array of, transports to, move back and forth between locations. Tons of cargo space. I think all of that works, with what you're looking for. I do have, just a couple of, concerns. I would require advanced knowledge of what type of cargo will be hauled. We don't necessarily have to discuss that right here, but before we bring stuff on board, I do require knowledge of that.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. Ed, you can send over an asset list. Yeah. I can get that to you. No worries. We've got it all itemized. It's no big deal. And nothing too interesting. Just scanning equipment, life support. That sort of thing.
A middle-aged woman walks up and says, "Hey, babies, here's
you.
Uh,
Here you go. Do you guys know what you want to drink right now?
yeah, Lysosome. She looks over and says, "Yes, I'll have a wine." She kind of keys over the type of wine she likes.
Oh, okay. Oh, very nice choice. How about you, gentlemen? You guys know what you want to drink?
Classic cranberry juice.
No? Go. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you,
Uh,
sir?
water for me is too. Yeah.
Yeah, cheap. Okay, all right, well, I'll be right back to get y'all's meal orders later. I ain't gonna get a tip, I know it.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay.
Thank you.
Quick question.
Hmm.
How risky would it be for me to do just a kind of telepathy kind of thing, just to read some surface emotions to make sure we're all above board here?
Yeah. So psionics. Let's talk about that.
Whoa. Boy has psionics.
Rich, you missed the meeting, bro. You gotta wait your turn. You can't. No, I know you don't.
You're not that bad, man.
You have to.
What? I had my DNA tested. I'm 100% bad. Okay, I'll go back.
That's why I'm so old.
So, in the time that you've spent exploring your abilities, if someone is attuned or aware, they can sense that you're doing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you plant a suggestion and it doesn't go well, then a layperson could sense that something is wrong, that somebody's
Right.
that something feels off, or even that they know you're the one doing it, depending on how badly it goes. But just reading surface thoughts, most people can't detect that unless, again, you really muck it up.
Yeah. I think this is just detecting surface emotion, like not even
Thoughts.
sending anything, not even thoughts, just to make sure it's not like they're not super nervous or they're,
Yep.
that kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a telepathy. Detect emotions.
Okay. Is that roll 20 or?
Yeah. In roll 20 if you can, or just roll your 2d6 and tell me what the answer is.
Okay. So it's the telepathy is a +2. It says it's routine.
Yep.
So
yeah, and these guys, they don't have any like psi blockers on their head or anything like that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's obvious looking at them.
Okay.
Their brains are ready to be scanned.
Mhm. So I rolled a 7 and I have +2 because it's routine.
Okay, good. So yeah, you just make it. Eddie is distracted. He is clearly he clearly has a different what is it? His emotion that you would detect off of Eddie is excitement and anticipation. Lysosome she's business, and she's dressed for business. I didn't really describe her earlier. She's got auburn hair and kind of pulled back in a space friendly bun. This like 0G friendly, so it's nice and tight, not gonna like flop around if she's ever in low grav. And this is something that you notice. People who spend all of their lives in gravity, they live their hair down as like a statement of I live in gravity. And then folks who are used to 0G, they kind of keep their hair tight or they keep it up in a bun as just a cultural thing of saying like, look, I'm ready for 0G at any time. And so her hair is in a tight bun in the back. And otherwise, she's just wearing, basically a suit like the two of you, charcoal gray kind of thing. You didn't get a sense of like the rest of her attire just because of the brief moment that you had, but she's dressed to the nines like you guys are. So her emotional state, she's all business. She's very calm, and I would say that her kind of top level Eddie is radiating emotions. She is, what would be a good emotional state for this? I guess she is maybe a bit guarded emotionally, just as part of doing business. You've detected this before. It doesn't seem like she's hiding anything, but she's here to conduct a transaction, and is clocked in, and is is taking care to not allow herself to feel anything too strongly right now. While you guys are in this meet. So, anyways, she says, well, I believe that Eddie here can provide the list of items that we would ask for transport, and I can also give you a dossier on myself and the rest of my consort that would be joining me on this safari. So you would have knowledge of who was entering your ship. Absolutely, I would provide all of that. Do you have any other questions regarding regarding what we're doing? There's certain things that I want to wait to answer until we have signed a contract, like specifically the system that we're going to. The location of my safari is a closely held secret, and I hope you understand that.
Certainly. We do require half the fee prior to departure, the other half upon return.
That's agreeable to me. Yeah. And while we are on safari, I may request that you ferry certain goods for me, at which point I would want a rider to allow me to purchase that service from you. At an agreed rate, that sort of thing.
Can agree to that. Again, if the goods are, I have discretionary power over what cargo I allow on the ship.
Of course, yeah, 100%. We would respect that. She says, "Well, in that case, I have no other real concerns now. I mean, I know enough about what your ship has to offer. I would like to see the vessel before finally signing contract, just to verify that everything's there, and that just a tour of the boat. But if that's agreeable, I think we could be signed today."
As a matter of fact, the boat is ready for inspection right now.
Oh, well, wonderful. Eddie, are you? Yeah, let's go.
Eddie, I met Eddie a little bit earlier. Eddie, unfortunately, Zorn retired prior to being able to sign your photo. The good news is that he's actually one of the partners on our ship and will be a traveling companion for you should you decide to do this.
You watch Eddie go through this roller coaster of emotions. As you said, unfortunately, he became immediately crestfallen. Like, no, they didn't.
You're breathtaking.
They didn't get his
Rich,
signature.
we can hear you.
And then he lights up with the notion that he could be on the same ship as Zorn. He's so just beside himself. And Ethan, if you're still detecting thoughts, you immediately can detect this, that he is super excited to be on the same ship as his space hero Zorn.
I believe
Power went
that
out for Ethan.
Oh no.
I believe that Zorn is actually looking for people to adventure with him, and he's referring to them as Zorn cadets.
God.
Wow. He kind of looks over at his boss and says, that sounds like quite the interesting group. But you can tell he's brimming with excitement. He's coming apart at the seams, wanting to be part of the cadets.
Well, okay, here's your wine that you ordered right there. Here's your cranberry juice, and then some two waters. Here you go.
Whoa, Dave, what happened on
and
this?
one for you.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be eating.
Ethan dropped, so it did that.
Ethan dropped. Unfortunately, folks, Ethan had power failure.
He's booting back up. So
okay.
Mess with it.
Cool. Well, I'm messing with it until then.
Okay.
Sorry, folks. Nothing to see here.
Actually, hey, Dax, would this be a good time to break?
You know what? That is a great idea. Let's go ahead and take a break, everyone. It is, we have been playing for a couple hours now. And
oh my god, it took an hour to name the goddamn ship. Hell yeah, it's been a couple hours.
Yeah, dude.
It didn't take that long.
No, it took us a little bit to get started. So we're gonna take a little break, and be back in, let's give it 15. So at 20 past the
Ooh.
hour. Or should we do 10? 15.
Hey, Dave, did you see chat said if Ethan doesn't come back, chat gets to play his role collect?
I like it. I like it.
Ooh.
I like it. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay,
That would be great.
so yeah, let's do 15 to give Ethan max time. So we're gonna take a 15-minute break. We'll be back at 20 past the hour.
Welcome to the Jay Show, everybody. So we all know now Dave is purposely muting me sometimes.
That's right. That's what
Some of us have
We
known that
wish-
all along.
Yeah.
The entire time. Look at him covering his face. He knows he's guilty. You're guilty. This is the Jay Show. I can't believe I got left on the goddamn ship during this entire thing down on the planet.
Hey, you were with me. Shut
Oh,
up.
maybe we had a good time. I had to wash my hands, though. You were all over me about cleanliness.
Wash your damn hands.
Yeah, you
How you
notice
spread
that
disease.
you notice that almost immediately, Jay's whatever little bits of dust were on this ship start getting cleaned up. Just as the doctor moves through, just stuff gets re-sanitized. It's all sparkling clean.
Yep.
Now this is I want to mention that the yacht does come with some finery in that regard. Like there's a little like auto dock, little robot that cleans stuff up here. So there's never like big trash, big messes, and the ship kind of self cleans a little bit with its luxury rating. But
I shall name the little robot Robert.
But I should ask, do any of you have the skill steward?
No.
Yes,
Okay.
I've got it at 2.
Whoa, nice. Anybody else have the skill steward? You may
No.
not. That's fine. Scott, you're like, I lost my character sheet. I don't know.
Not lost. He just left it at home.
It's true. Okay, cool. So with that kind of skill set, Barry, you're able to keep this ship also immaculate. So Heather, you have some assistance in that.
Awesome.
In that, Rose has some assistance by way of Benheim. All right. So you guys are. Let's get past all this stuff. Get over to ship operations. So.
Y'all's meatloaves. Are we still there?
Are you still NPCing over there?
Yes, I love it, Scott. I love that you just affected that. That's great. Yeah. So
Did tip you, Scott?
look. This is a very nice restaurant. So the meatloaf is real beef off of a cow. Meatloaf. It has like this.
These are steak loaves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is the finest meatloaf that
Jorgen!
probably Dismon has ever eaten. And
Those are the finer things in life.
it's got it's got some celery, not celery. What is it's got some herbs and spices on the top. It's got some nice sides. I was about to say I'm just trying to say cilantro.
It's
But it's got stuff on the top, and it's just
with the nice truffle aioli sauce.
there it is. It's
A truffle aioli?
why not?
Ooh, look at you.
Why
Bud.
not? So you
There you
guys
go.
you guys quietly
Four meatloaves.
share a meal, and Lysosome she says, I've noticed that it's refreshing that a ship that is so recently registered is ready to take on a job. Benheim or Dismon, how long have you all flown together?
We've known each other for a number of years. This is our first actual partnership, but we've been working around each other for a number of years.
Oh.
We've got deep relationships with all of the partners.
Well, that's excellent. You mentioned that Zorn he was a partner. Do you have other partners of the ship?
We do. We have a relatively famous doctor. You may have heard of space herpes. This was cured a number of years ago.
Scurvy. Space. Scurvy.
Well, something or other. It's,
I kind of like the idea. I kind of like the
name as well.
I kind of like the idea that Benheim is not interested in really knowing.
He's not. Just as
Sure.
Barry isn't.
something, I don't know. But anyway, she cured something. She's famous. She does a good job.
Jeez.
You mentioned the name, or no, you mentioned the name of the disease that she cured.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, excellent. Well, your ship manifest did mention a sick bay, which is one of the reasons why you were flagged in my search criteria, my filters. So I'm glad to know that it's not just a sick bay with an auto doc, but it's actually staffed with a real doctor. That's fantastic. So,
And we
go ahead.
also have top-notch captain. Does very good work.
She glances over at Dismond.
I mean, pilot.
Oh, pilot. Excellent. Yeah, excellent. And that will be needed on this safari. So I'm glad to hear that you have a qualified pilot with some skill. This is all very good. This is all very good things. Should we adjourn here and meet at your ship, and maybe I give you an hour to let everyone know that you're going to have a visitor, and then
Is this a Bumble hookup? What's
Quick-
going on here?
take a tour. Well, she's trying to give respect to the fact that you guys have a brand new ship, right? She knows it's a brand new ship because you just registered, and the days owned is 0, right? I mean, like, you guys just bought this thing and just put it on the market for jobs. So she's trying to give you guys a chance to, I don't know, clean up a little bit before she shows up, because she's a statesman like Benheim, and knows, well, you have to give people a chance to set all the sconces just right.
I appreciate the consideration, and feel free to arrive at your leisure if you need some time. The ship is ready to view now.
Okay.
We keep it that way.
Excellent. Well then, I have no further business to discuss here. Eddie, are you good? Yeah, I'll get you the list on the way. And they get up and leave. On the way out,
Well, hi, you're gonna pay your check?
yeah. On the way out, waitress, you see that half the bill has been paid.
God damn, I'm gonna get fired for that.
Well, the other 2 are still there.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. There they are. They were just in the bathroom. Now they're coming back. Oh, thank goodness. I better hurry up and go and make sure they pay.
Indeed. All right. Oh my god.
What do you think, Bangkok?
I didn't hear anything particularly that alarmed me. You?
I didn't pick up anything.
I think we've got plenty of outs. In the event of it going wrong direction, we get paid half up front.
So, the itemized, you guys are heading back to your ship. And while you're in transit, the itemized list hits all of your terminals. It was sent to the ship, so all of you can see this list of goods that are coming on board. It's one grav hauler, like a forklift, a gravatic forklift.
I can drive that.
It's one of those. It's 2 redundant battery powered life support systems, good enough for 5,000 tons of circulation. So a ship much larger than yours. Your ship is 200 tons. This life support system could support a 5,000 ton vessel twice over because it's redundant systems.
That seems interesting.
A certified, rated, and totally legitimate looking. You guys can roll some admin to look into this further if you want. But it's a fission battery, strong enough to power that for 3 weeks. That life support system for 3 weeks. Along with computers too. A large mainframe, large data center, not data center, but a large mainframe that is being in transit. Okay, good. Yeah, you do your admin roll. So the way this works is you're looking up this item of note, It's of note because it has nuclear material in it, and it can flag as illegal in certain areas if not all the paperwork is above board. With a roll of 11, you have an effect of 1, I think, above the 8. So not only do you check the paperwork to make sure that everything that you're looking in front of you is legitimate, and that would pass cursory inspection, but you look at the history of the battery, and the battery is about 5 years old, and would have only gone through about 98% of its material, of its like lifespan in just inert action. But all the way back to the seller is tracked. So every owner up until lysosome is noted, tracked, and itemized within the life of this battery. And Ed is a certified nuclear technician. So he is permitted to basically manage and handle that battery. And so everything looks above board on that sucker. Other things of note in their equipment are a number of cutters and not ships, but like cutting implements, pneumatic presses and welders or laser cutters, that kind of thing. Basically, ship level B&E stuff. If this was a scavenger crew, they would have all this stuff, but they would have a bunch of used, cobbled together stuff. This is all brand new or gently used ship doctoring equipment. Clearly tools intended for cutting open or moving sections of a ship or repairing a ship. But it's basically going to fill your cargo hold full of stuff that could completely take apart the yacht and put it back together again.
Would these be pirate type of things? Could we look at dim sum? Dismon. Dim sum. Can we look at Dismon? And are these pirate things?
Dismon, you know that piracy certainly would use tools like this, but these are purchased tools, not fabricated tools. These were made by a corporation and they have a serial number and a support contract. Pirates make this shit and it's cobbled together and it works probably as well, if not a little better in some ways, a little worse in others, maybe a little less gently. It works. But absolutely, this stuff could be used for piracy. But just based on the origin, it'd be a pretty high-class pirate.
Mm-hmm. That should have been the name of our ship, the High-Class Pirate.
Well, too late. It's fucking registered, all right? Sorry. It's freaking registered.
So would this be more like kind of like the white collar sort of potentially illicit activity? Like could be legal, could be not.
Yeah, so let's talk about salvage.
Definitely
real quick.
the higher paid.
Yeah, let's talk about salvage. So there is absolutely piracy. Piracy is out here. Heck, Zorn, where you're from, that asteroid belt is known for piracy. It is a low-law star system. Pirates just pirate, I
mean, technically, like, my mom was, like, queen of the pirates.
Exactly. Yeah. And so piracy is a thing that is basically unlicensed salvage. So sometimes people will, like, tongue-in-cheek say, oh, this is unlicensed salvage. It's piracy. Licensed salvage, if there's a ship that you find that has no survivors or straight up no bodies.
I can help out with that.
That's stranded or abandoned or what have you. If you just come across a ship in space, you can register it with the Imperium and say, this is my salvage. And once you've registered it with the Imperium, you're allowed to do with that salvage anything you like. You can cut it up into little pieces. You can move it to some other place and sell it. If you find an abandoned ship that has no living occupant, it's salvage. And all you have to do is register the salvage. She, at least in her equipment, is affecting some sort of like high-end salvage operation that has all the gear but not the ship to get to where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably tells you a few things about like her finances and that sort of thing, but I mean, it doesn't ring true of piracy, and there is absolutely a legitimate way to do salvaging. And that's important. If you guys ever got into a space fight and killed everybody of the other ship, that's now your salvage.
Yeah, that's considered.
You know, if they attacked you and you kill everyone, you now own their ship.
Well, if we kill everyone, who is exactly going to be telling that we shot first?
You heard that, guys. They attacked us.
What is the South Park? They're coming right for us. Like, as long as you say that, you're allowed to kill any animal. So, as long as you put out a mayday, you're allowed to kill any.
Don't resist. Don't
Looks
resist.
at camera.
Just so you guys understand, kind of space law in your area. Does anybody have admin, which is the space law?
A lot.
Right. So yeah, you know how to register a salvage. You know how to do all kinds of stuff. And
admin 3.
Fuck, dude. Wow. Okay, yeah. Not only could you do that, you could
Bureaucrat.
fight and then win a contested court case about salvage. Like, you're really good at this stuff.
Bangkok at law.
Why did we
The
do that
Space
game?
Hammer.
We should have done that game.
Yeah, there you go.
Are the big companies or the big hauling companies holding you down? Call Bangkok at Law the Space Hammer.
Oh my god. So true. So true. Dang. All right. Sorry, I spun off real quick in a little fantasy land about Bangkok at Law.
The game already has spin-offs. We haven't left the spaceport.
Yeah.
Gucci mean.
All right. So, you guys head back to your ship. You do anything before Lysosome's gonna get there?
Yeah, I'm actually on my space phone with my Lonnie. I was like, so Lonnie, look, this is the idea. We get the Zorn cadets started. We charge them. We charge a yearly annual fee every year. They go up in a rank. They get a free Zorn Gladiator Unitard with their membership, and we make bank, Lonnie. I'm telling you, we'll make bank. You know, I'm gonna do a test run. I'll start signing people up as soon as possible, and then we'll just blow it up, Lonnie. I'm telling you. I'm gonna
Intergalactic Taekwondo.
be making a lot of money from this space yacht racket, and we just need to find all the different ways to like.
As
So,
soon
like-
as that
Well,
shit started happening, Rosemary locked herself in her sick bay.
Okay. So
And by the way, I'm
well,
waiting by
hold
the
on.
front door saying,
That's-
"Where the hell are you guys?"
So hold on. Soren, Lonnie, you can hear the exasperation. He's like, Zorn, buddy, I told you. There's not a show for space cadets. I tried to get you that deal. What are you talking about? Is this some sort of
just
like
saying-
new
no,
fan club? The old fan club
saying-
petered out, man.
No,
I'm trying.
Well, we need to reboot because, like, I am now in the Carnival cruise business. Lonnie,
You're in the
my
cruise
name-
business?
dude,
What
my
boat
name's
are
gonna
you
be
on?
It's called Yacht the Zorn You're Looking For.
Wait,
Can
wait.
you?
wait, you took a contract?
Yeah, I
How much
moved
are you getting paid? How much are
everything-
you getting paid?
I moved.
You hear him
every-
furiously typing away, trying to find out
No,
more
it's
about
not
your
a
deal.
I mean, it's kind of a contract. Lonnie, don't worry, you'll get your 10%. But I mean, they had the figures, and you know, I put it through the regression model, and it was going to make twice as much as the Birdman. You know, so I moved my shares over. I'm just telling you.
Wait, what, did you talk?
accidentally
Did you
bought
talk
it
to your
after
finance guy about this? You moved your shares off of
I am-
Birdman?
Okay, so technically,
Zorn,
I told
buddy.
you that. I told you I had
Zorn.
a finance guy, but really, I'm my finance guy.
Oh my god, Zorn.
So I'm just saying, Lonnie, look, make it happen. And also, like, I'm done with that play. I need you to find a producer for it. I'll call you on the space phone later, Lonnie. Okay.
Zorn, buddy. I love you to tiny little pieces, bro. But
Oh, Lonnie, I hung up on you. So
damn it! All right.
Spoken like a true celebrity. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Bye. I'm hanging up now. It's like Always Sunny in Philadelphia in our RPG. I'm hanging up now.
And you know, true to form, Lonnie's gonna go to work. He's gonna get you your Space Cadet fan club, and he's gonna register everything, get you trademarks, get you socials in Spaceogram and all of that.
Instagram.
just space message me. It'll be good.
We have lost David.
I didn't realize it was gonna happen so quick, but you're pros at this. Thank you.
It's Always Sunny in Danthium. is the chat comment from Ethan. So he's just dropping knowledge.
All right. So yeah, I mean, like within moments, you start getting email alerts of the Zorn Space Cadets, and you.
I knew this was gonna work.
But you-
Residuals.
Residuals. That's right. Oh my god. Okay, good. So you all Bangkok and Disman return at the end of your call.
Have we left yet?
No, you guys haven't even
Have we left yet?
left yet. No, you guys haven't even like Bangkok and Disman are back from their meeting. Rich, you're killing me. So yeah, you guys get back. Zorn is done with some phone call. He's looking really happy. Kind of pacing the halls, like muttering to himself all the cool ideas that he's got, you know, like maybe into some sort of like data term so you can spit them all at Lonnie later. Rose is nowhere to be seen. You have no idea where she's at.
Rose is just making sure that the ship is in the best cleanliness position it could be in before we have guests.
Yeah, it still has the new ship smell. So I mean, you're
Fantastic.
good.
Well, but I'm like, we're white gloving it here. Like,
Disman is giving the crew motivation.
How is he doing this? With a bat?
just-
Like, how do you...
Not with a bat.
How does Disman motivate people? This is what I want to know.
Just arms crossed, just standing and watching.
mentally.
With a very disappointed head shake every time somebody drops something or slows down.
Okay, good.
His
Yeah, so you
reputation precedes him
taskmaster.
enough with the crew.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you all would know that he is at least on some level was a bagman of some kind.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. He was your bagman for a little while.
I don't know what you're talking about. What I just said.
No one knows that I'm reformed yet, so I'm just
Hey, I do.
still strike fear. Yeah, you do. No one else does.
All right, guys, we've got guests coming here. The potential client's coming to inspect the ship. Hopefully that damn doc's got shit cleaned up around here.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I mean, y'all ship was already clean, and now it's like surgically clean. It's like you not only could you eat off of this, any one of you could have heart failure and get open heart surgery right now on this floor, and you would be safe from infection.
I washed my hands.
I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you.
Oh, yeah, and Zorn, we've got a big fan of yours coming. He's going to be part of it, so give him a little bit of extra attention. Make him feel really cool about himself, all right?
I mean, I don't do fan service, but yes.
No. This guy is a huge admirer of yours.
Yes. Well, most people are.
This guy is top of the heap, man.
Okay.
Yeah, in his
What?
character notes,
I'll
I have
give him-
Zorn true
I'll-
fan.
I'll give him at least one selfie. How about
That would be fantastic. You may hear him refer to wanting to be a cadet of yours.
Oh, it's like totally a great idea that I had like 10 minutes ago. Like, I feel like we're really on the same page. I'm really glad I joined up with.
I've even got, and I'd like to push this a little bit further. Maybe after this trial run, we push maybe a reality TV thing where we go adventures with Zorn on the spaceship. We call it Zorn World.
Oh yes, Zorn World. Yes.
I
it's,
hate to interrupt whatever this is, but what is the job that we are taking on?
Research takes money.
You know, things stop being polite and things start getting real. Zorn World.
Yep.
There's just this exasperated sigh from Rosemary.
Look, I
who
know you
clenches
told
her
people
hands
about my
together.
space scurvies. I know you told people about my space scurvies.
I'm
Are we
sorry,
still
you're
on the
what?
point?
Rose, think about this. There are some of those cadets that won't make it.
Yeah, I haven't killed anybody today. Is that
They
gonna
won't make
happen
it,
on this?
and someone will have to take and figure out what went wrong.
Indeed. I agree. I'm down with this plan of the space cadets for Zorn. However,
Zorn World.
Zorn World, excuse me. Of course. Of course. Zorn World. But the job that you are bringing to us right now, what is that? Do you have more info on that?
Yeah, they've got some equipment they want to bring. Looks like we're going to go and tear apart some ships and bring them back someplace.
Okay. I'm okay. They okay. She just is okay.
Rose maybe is thinking, I'll just focus on the sick bay and my work.
We may need to store some stuff in the sick bay.
What? No.
Zorn goes into his room for a second.
All right.
We're not Bangkok
But
now.
before he pokes his head out, when will they be? Will they be the new passengers?
Should be here any minute.
Okay, I go back into my room.
Is Zorn getting ready? Is he getting changed and stuff? Awesome.
Yeah, I got to be the host.
Yes. Okay.
Zorn eventually comes out in his full unitard.
Oh God.
Gladiator uniform, extremely tight. Every outline is
the ads.
Yes, everything is outlined. And I am a little bit older, so some of it might be actually kind of drawn onto the
greased in just for effect.
Now I know you're Benheim. I know that the idea was that we were going to get some sort of celebrity on the ship to, make some money, but this is
beautiful. Yes, I know. Excuse me.
It's everything you're looking for. It's plenty of money for your research. It's subjects for your research. It's opportunities for you to introduce things to subjects for the research, which could in fact create more subjects for your research.
Yes.
And they're paying us for you to research them. You have good points, Benheim. Good points. I'm gonna go ready my sick bay.
Okay.
I go up to the airlock to welcome our guests when they arrive.
God.
Awesome.
And I'm like, come on, Jays, let's go.
All right. The airlock, remember, is on the top. Is on the deck one. So yeah, you guys all are up there at the top.
I'm not.
Yeah. I figured, but Jays and Zorn are ready to receive people at the airlock.
It only works if Jays also puts on the American Gladiator unitard.
She never was. She's just.
I'm a ninja unitard, please.
So you've got all the flash, and then all of the ninja
Whatever
stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. So you guys, a few moments later, call it 20 minutes later or so, Lysosome shows up with Ed, and I don't have a token for Lysosome yet, but Lysosome and Ed cycle through the exterior lock on this big spindle arm that's connected to the station, and they're floating through the arm, and then they set their boots down once they're actually on your ship where you have gravity, and they're in this little antechamber, and they wait for you guys to cycle the door to let them in. And when you do, what do you?
Have they sent the money yet?
They're touring the ship.
Oh, okay.
Oh, when they come in, I flex for them as they come in a gladiator pose,
Yeah,
and
you.
I'm like, "Welcome to the Gucci Mane, Gucci Mane, Gucci Mane."
Love you.
Um,
I am your host, the one, the only Zordonator, and this is our pilot,
oh,
Jace.
oh my God! You hear Ed just melt as he's just mouth agape, just kind of frozen in Starstruck.
Yes.
That he's gonna be on your ship, and that he's gonna spend time, and like he was preparing himself for this, but clearly hadn't gotten there. Lysosome, she just kind of good, excellent. She kind of looks to Benheim. This is your Zorn. It's good to meet you. I'm Lysosome.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
This is, well, he'll introduce himself later, I'm sure, and we won't overload him too much. And you are Jays, I understand?
Bam! Yes, I'm Jays, your pilot for this trip. Trust me, I have your life and your souls in my hand, and I take that seriously.
Good. I'm glad that you do. She kind of like nervously glances to Benheim. Excellent.
Zorn, why don't you take Eddie up and show him the turret and how all of that works? And Jays, would you do a system check on the ship? I'll show Lysosome around.
Yes,
Yes,
young
that sounds like
Eddie.
a great idea.
Young Eddie, please follow me to my turret. I have not yet killed anyone with it yet, but soon I hope to. This way, and I take him. Yes, come on. I mean, Eddie, hey, let's just get this over with, Eddie. It's really going to be okay. Look, there's a lot of opportunities for you. We have a new thing. It's called the Zorn Cadets. It's only 1,000 space credits
I'm in. Yeah.
a year.
Okay.
And then every year,
Yeah. Okay. I can swing that.
You gain a rank, and you get this cool unitard too. But please come show. Let me show you how I will kill people. Go this way.
You take the starstruck and completely in a state of shock. Like you can see him going through the adrenaline dump. You can see the flop sweat. You can see him panicking that he's in your presence.
Oh, do you have a space phone?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So here, let me see your space phone, and I somehow come up with a selfie stick out of somewhere. Like nobody really knows where that came from.
Well, I mean, it's
snap a
space.
picture
You
of
can
us.
probably just like push it away from you, and it just hovers. Like
Yeah, well, it's probably somewhere in my unitard. And then
Is that a selfie stick, or are you
Yeah.
happy to see me? See, I had to touch one of them tonight. I've been so good all night, but I had to touch that one.
anyway, I lead Eddie off to look at the turret.
cool. Yeah, and Eddie is beside himself, excited.
Mm-hmm.
You guys take the little
And I
hatch up.
look over at Bangkok. Just one selfie, okay?
Cool. Bangkok, you're left alone with Lysosome.
I take her on a tour of the ship, introduce her to our doctor, let the doctor explain, how wonderful the care will be, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Yeah, she comments on how pristine the sick bay is.
We do like to keep it very tidy here and everywhere on the ship.
I'm glad to know that. That gives me great comfort.
I come up with loudspeakers. I wash my hands.
Does she do that often?
Wash your hands or interrupt.
The interruption.
Both.
Yes.
Okay, good to
I-
know. She like out
Unfortunately.
of a little pocket, she produces a pair of headphones. I can still hear you just fine.
Okay, great. Great. Will it only be you and the gentleman accompanying you?
No, I do have two more crew that come with me. They're just laborers though. Eddie is really the technical brains behind all of this.
Okay. We will be running a full medical diagnostic on you and whomever you bring with you. You know, we want to keep the ship,
Stitch.
safe and clean.
Well, I have
Uh,
a recent physical that I can submit to you for myself,
Mhm.
but you certainly can scan the rest of the crew if that's agreeable.
Indeed, that would be fine.
Thank you.
Going through that with a fine-tooth comb,
Yes.
just so you know.
I assure the various staterooms, let her know that the captain's quarters would be available for her use.
Excellent. Thank you.
Sure, happy little
What?
cutter.
Yes. Yeah, she goes through that and kind of looks around and says, this will do quite nicely. How fast does it go?" And you prattle off to her. She says, "Good. For where we're going, we'll need at minimum thrust 3. The cutter goes thrust 4. So that is good. That is a nice, quick vehicle." Well, I find all of this to be agreeable. Eddie was going over your ship's manifest one more time to make sure that you have everything that we need. I would be requesting use of some of your vehicles while we were on safari. I hope that that's. I didn't
Part of
mention
the
that
service.
earlier. Okay, perfect. Good. Good.
Can
Good.
I ask
Good.
a question?
Yes.
Out of character question.
Yeah. Out of character.
Th-
Absolutely.
Does safari mean something other than what it normally means in this
Yeah.
world?
Great question. So she is being kind of loose with the term safari here because what you guys have seen on the manifest, it's all about ships and not
Mhm.
about planets. But in the Imperium, again, we have thousands of worlds that are inhabited by all kinds of crazy things, creatures
Mhm.
of various sizes. And some planets have creatures that are so big and so violent that it's kind of tough to live there. But it's a great place to safari. And it really
Okay.
means you go down on the planet and you observe, hunt, do your own survival show on one of these terrifying planets.
Please don't give Zorn any more ideas.
We've already got it.
Yeah. So the safari is, I mean, it means kind of what it is, but it's to a
Okay.
planet, an exotic planet with, carnivorous butterflies or whatever.
So they're
Oh,
going
that's
on
awful.
safari, but the stuff that they're bringing with them is almost like salvaging stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a slight disconnect here in terms of what the term she's using and clearly what they're equipped for. So yeah, I mean yeah, absolutely.
Can I? Da-da-da-da-da. Are we able to message each other without it being like ship?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. All of you have access to the ship's comms. Either you have a data pad on you or in you through cybernetics. And so you can always be in communication with one another, either, one-to-one, one to a specific group, ship-wide, private to the owners, private to the
It's good
owners,
to know that
and...
we have not been cheating then.
Right. No, yeah, you guys are good. 100%. The only thing you couldn't do would be like voice comms unless all of you had like built-in, cybernetic communicators. I don't think all
Right.
of you have that. So could be moments where sleight of hand, one of you with a hand terminal would have to like not let other people see your screen just like on a cell phone, but for the most part it's all super easy nowadays. So, like, I'm not super worried about y'all's privacy, but you have it if you want it.
Okay. I do want to send a private message to Desmond and Benheim just about these 3 things that seem odd that I can't do a medical check on this person, which isn't like the oddest thing. I get that we're going on safari, but we're bringing salvaging equipment, and those are we concerned that those things might not add up?
I don't
Or are we
particularly
just
care about the safari and the salvaging equipment. I haven't allowed you to examine me either,
well,
so I wouldn't consider it out of the ordinary at all that the upper tiers would refuse it.
okay. No, I I get that. I understand that. Yeah, all those three things together made me curious. But if you're not worried about it, Benheim, then I'm not.
Oh, I think there's all kinds of opportunity for them to try and pull stuff on us, but
We're
we'll
aware.
just have to adapt.
Indeed. Okay. Noted.
Disman, any other? Cool. Just quiet.
Absolutely no commentary.
Good stuff.
He's already back in his cabin, just like, okay,
All
you can
right.
make it.
You can do this. It's gonna be okay.
So you all meet in the Benheim, Lysome, and anybody else who wants to be there. You all meet in the group area, right down there. Yep. And Lysome says, "Okay, I'm comfortable signing with you and divulging the rest of the agenda here." So, oh, I'm sorry, Rose. You do get the dossier of all these people.
Okay.
And when you guys shove off, her 3 people are going to submit to your physical exam.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So.
But I will be here to hear.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Disman as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Paperwork is all handled over and all that kind of stuff. And so she says, where we're going is a system called the Three Sisters, which is a trinary star system in the subsector next door. This ship has just enough fuel to get there, and my understanding is that you have a means of scooping and refining additional fuel once you've arrived, and this is part of the reason why I selected your ship.
Correct.
The Three Sisters, as a trinary star system, is home to a very complicated gravatics situation. Over a century ago, during the quiet period between the realm of man and now the Third Imperium, there was a vessel, a Titan-class vessel, gargantuan in size, hosting over 1 million people. That was owned by a defunct organization. That vessel jumped to the Three Sisters in a moment of desperation, but being of such a large size, did not have the requisite engine power necessary to escape the pull of the stars. So it is forever locked inside the pull of these 3 stars, and it moves throughout in a rather curious pattern. She produces a drawing, or not a drawing, but a schematic of the star system. And where is my thing? Nope.
Show it.
I'm trying to.
I'm ready.
How do I? Where am I?
Here on High Show Gaming
here we go.
Podcast, we learn to play Roll20.
There we go. All right. So she shows you this image of the Three Sisters, and you can see a little teeny tiny line of what is apparently this Titan-class vessel floating between all these stars. And it loops around them, does this like kind of loop-de-loop thing. Heather, almost immediately, Rose, you have like chemistry and life sciences and that kind of thing, right? You have
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, excellent. So almost immediately you recognize the shape, as it almost exactly looks like what do they call it? I think they call it it's the shape that electrons fly around the nucleus of a certain type of atom. And there's this one shape that electrons can take where it is basically a donut around the atom, and then every so often it shoots way high or drops way low underneath the nucleus of this atom. And what you see on this chart is that her ship, the ship that she's going for, is, according to her math, is currently ascending above the stars right now. And we
Okay.
have, or is about to be ascending above the stars right now. And she
Mhm.
says, there will be a short window in which we can arrive in the system, travel safely to the ship that has been locked in this gravatic dance for over 100 years, board it, and see what we find. I have a rough schematic of the interior of the ship, but this is my mission. This is my piece de resistance. This is the reason for my being. I seek to understand more about what's going on with the ship, and I have a very small window in my lifetime for me to achieve this goal.
Well, that's very interesting, and quite the goal. Um, I think that we need to double check things with Jay's as our pilot, just find her comfort level in fighting the gravitational forces.
Mm.
And not that I don't trust your math, but I would like to recheck it.
And naturally, I would welcome that inspection. I do not intend for us to meet the same fate as the Titan itself.
Indeed. I'll pull out a data pad and start right there.
Okay.
Going through her astronomics.
Yeah,
I think someone. Oh, go on.
Yeah, she grabs like you see her select like 2 files out of a library of files and sends them to you.
Yeah, I'll start going through them.
She does the little swipe thing, and then it's on your datapad.
What? This shit doesn't work now. It works then.
It only takes us centuries.
Could you airdrop that to me?
I'm trying.
Yes, it doesn't work in the ship. It just works in that room. No, yeah,
Yeah.
you get a hold of the astrogation information there, Jason.
Okay.
I think I just made an astrogation roll.
Oh, good.
Did I do it right? Is it down there? Oh, yeah, I did.
Astrogation 10. Okay, good. Yeah, so you glance this. It's going to take you time to really research this. You're going to want to spend hours, if not days, double checking this math. But on the first glance, it looks pretty good. You haven't quite figured out how the Titan hasn't fallen into one of the 3 stars, but at the very least, what you're seeing here in terms of this gravatic arch that the Titan is about to go on, it looks like all of that math checks out by the positioning of the stars and the positioning of this gargantuan vessel. But yeah, you have that kind of that. Just your first glance is like, okay, well, this looks like it could work, but you really do. You have some big questions in the back of your mind of how did this thing not fall into one of those stars?
So I roll a tactics next because I'm kind of curious.
Well,
if
tactics
that
is
could apply.
tactics is only going to apply in a combat situation.
Okay.
Astrogation
right.
is going to really be the key here to figure out, like, gravatically, could it have just lucked into this? Or what? Like, how in the world is it not falling down into the gravity well of one of these stars?
Yes.
Desmond will say this is precisely the type of life or death situation I was looking for in retirement. I'm on board. Since I've technically been retired for 8 years, as far as everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
From up in the turret, you hear, "Oh, and so then, like Scarlet looks at Zorn Butler and says, "Where will I go? What will I do?" And then the Zorn Butler turns and looks at her and says, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." And so I know it's so great, Eddie. I know. Just look at your face. I can tell you love it. Yeah, I'm calling it Gone with the Solar Wind. It's
Oh,
gonna be
the
so
thespian.
amazing.
I love it.
It's gonna be
I love it. Yeah,
amazing.
Eddie is beside himself. He's like, this is the straight feed. This is brilliant. I had no idea that he was so multifaceted. He, by the way, Zorn, you go ahead and give me a recon check.
Okay.
Can I also run the odds of what of how if people might still be alive on that ship? Like,
Oh yeah.
can I run like the long odds of how long would life support last and how long would this last?
Yes,
And
absolutely. Actually, you and Benheim could make that calculation because Benheim has all the engineering skill. But there is this in Traveler. There is this concept of low berth, which is basically cryostasis.
Okay.
So if and this vessel would certainly have had low berth, would have low berth capsules. Who knows if they're still running? Right.
Right. Yeah, I'm
So
looking for like, the odds of that.
yeah. So yeah, you can
Against
definitely
like the gravitational pull pulling on people, that shit.
well, and something that would come from your astrogation knowledge is those stars being as large as they are, they're going to have incredible solar winds. So there's going to be
And radiation.
tons of radiation coming off of those things. Absolutely.
What
Yeah.
what skill is
Oh,
recon? associated?
recon is just recon. But go ahead and give me a recon
think
plus
I'm
intelligence. So just roll your intelligence.
Okay.
Sweet, awesome, cool. Yeah, you're telling this guy everything in the world, and it's and he is just soaking it up. You don't notice that he's been like video recording his this entire experience with you. Just very very discreetly, he's like, "I'm with my hero, and he's telling me everything. It's so fucking amazing. My God, I have to record all of this." So yeah.
I mean, and really, I mean, like Scarlet's whole town has just been destroyed by Imperium Marines. You know, I take it from my history. Like, I really put myself into the work as I wrote it.
Is there just like a mute button on the comms to like?
Yeah, you can turn off anybody you
Mute
want. Yeah. Good. Perfect.
That's not even over the comms. You just hear me booming down.
Oh,
God.
just open
Yeah.
through the ladder
Through
shaft.
the turret, through
yeah.
the ladder shaft. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
I had engineering.
Okay. Cool. You go on engineering.
Rude.
And you guys start making
I
making
go
ready.
with Benheim, honestly. If I'm gonna run math like that.
Yeah. You guys both head down there to the workshop. Mm-hmm.
Is it time to leave the spaceport?
It's what Jace has been waiting for.
Yeah, so you guys, there's a little bit of time spent loading the ship. Her little deckhands load the ship. You know, they've got these cargo crates that come onto the ship. Everything's packed away in boxes.
Before they're let on the ship, they get physicals.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you spend. Well, how long do your physicals take? How thorough are they?
I think they're just normal physicals. I'm more interested in what we're heading to now than these peons. So
okay. Well,
it's about a 15-minute physical for each, I guess.
Okay.
But Eddie's already been on the ship, so I'm not like, like.
Well, I mean,
we've got ADHD doc here.
Yeah. So, well, you're doing. So you've got those three. It's gonna take you about an hour to process each one of them.
That's fine.
And so you go through. Eddie has a cybernetic implant in his brain. Looks like a small computer.
Okay.
And maybe a comm system, cybernetically implanted in him. Both of your dudes have subdermal armor.
Interesting.
Both of your deckhands have armor lace underneath their skin, but are otherwise perfectly healthy, normal. Nothing interesting other than that.
I sort of
No STDs.
the space scurvy.
Yeah.
While I do these physicals, I just kind of want to talk with them. I want to basically make a psychology check.
Okay.
Kind of get a feel for what they're doing, what they might be lying about.
Yeah. So you get to know these guys. The first one's name is Ariok.
Rich. Second one's
Ariok is the first deckhand. He's a darker complexion, probably about 5'4" in stature. Looks like he grew up on a high gravity planet. So he's like very dense muscled, very dense boned. but shorter as a result of his high gravity living. So he's like a tank. He's just looks tough as nails. Ariok is
His Ariok's nickname is Pegleg.
no. He's got a nickname, and he will not accept peg leg. He'll fight people for that. Ariok, you get the impression that Ariok is ex-military, and is he's not a creative fella. You talk with him a little bit, and you get the impression that Ariok is very much he's very businesslike, but has kind of a crude side to him, and is ready to, he won't do it in this setting, but like a couple of moments where you said a few words that could have been taken as an innuendo. He gave a little like twitch of the lips, so he's always in
Him
that.
and Jays will get
Yeah,
right
him and
along.
Jays are gonna get along super well.
Okay.
And
I rolled a 7, so.
Okay. Yeah, so that's surface level stuff on Ariok.
Okay. The subdermal thing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I was gonna move on to the next one, but if you're gonna ask about Ariok.
No. I was just gonna say the subdermal thing gets gets told to Desmond and Benheim.
Yep. Yeah, so all
I
of
have
you
some
know.
of that myself, so
Say what?
I have subdermal as well, so pretty standard in a rougher line of work.
Right, but still notable for what we're doing.
This isn't just a boring old salvage trip. So
Yeah, exactly.
The next deckhand you meet is Lepus.
Okay.
Lepus, she is.
I love it.
Yeah. Lepus is Leepus. Lepus. She is a tall, a waif, like spindly armed. Either grew up in space or grew up in low gravity. And she also has subdermal. Between the two, she's the clever one. Between Ariok and Lepus, she answers. She looks you right in the eye and answers all of your questions directly. Adds notes that she thinks would be helpful to you. She kind of preemptively includes some things that she thinks are helpful to the doc. But go ahead and give me a psychology roll on Lepus.
I like how we're in space, but we still have basically a dwarf and an elf.
I didn't even think of that, but you're right.
I didn't add a modifier or anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Education. My apologies. Those skills plus your education.
Which is the 10?
Yeah. So what is the
Not
education
all
mod?
10 is the
Be a 7.
modifier right under.
So the first one would be an 8.
Okay. And the second
And
would
the
be a
second
7.
7.
Okay. Yeah, so you get a really solid read on Ariok. Ariok is, like I said earlier, he is trustworthy in that you don't expect him to get creative, but if he is being paid by somebody or his boss is telling him to do something nefarious, he could probably keep that secret. He could probably keep that under wraps. Just in your 15-minute conversation, doesn't seem like he's gonna spout off a lot of extra detail.
Mm-hmm.
Lepus, on the other hand, she shares openly on stuff. She's kind of an open book, but is creative, in temperament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good stuff. Okay.
What about Ed? Can he get dragged away long enough to?
Oh, totally. Yeah. Ed is he's distracted while he's talking to you. He's like
Ed,
working.
your heart is racing. I need you to just breathe. Just breathe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Soaring
your blood
on
pressure
play
is
at one
very high right now, and
it's a big day for me.
We can't have this whole trip. You're gonna be on this trip for a little bit with him, so incremental. Take take steps. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you see his blood pressure slowly dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have
I mean, you
anything
don't want to
for
overpower him. You don't want to overpower, man.
do you have anything for anxiety?
I mean, perhaps. Do you normally take things for anxiety?
No, but I'm feeling pretty anxious. Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
Zorn is well, he means a lot to me and my family, and it's just
Why does
gosh,
he mean so much to you
just
and your family?
our family always watched the Gladiators. We just watched it every weekend, and we got into the Gladiator Rumbles and the Gladiator Raw, and we
Oh,
just
yeah.
we just couldn't get enough of it. And Zorn, there's something about folks born in asteroid belts, versus us from planet side, and just always seemed like there was a schism, and Zorn really kind of bridged that gap, and I don't know, like he just means a lot. And so, yeah, if you have anything for anxiety, Doc, I'd really appreciate it.
Can I get a read on this guy just to make sure he's not a junkie?
Right, give me your psychology roll.
And I did put in I fixed my stats. So
Okay, good.
that should work.
Yeah,
now.
psychology plus education. All right, good stuff. Yeah.
Ooh.
So he is educated. He knows his drugs. But in your read of him, he is just a very knowledgeable person, high education. Doesn't seem like he's a junkie. It just seems like he knows what he needs, and he's one of those annoying patients that comes to you with his diagnosis and prescription in hand.
Gotcha. Okay. So while I start to get out this medication for him and talk about the dosing that we're going to do,
Yep.
I also kind of want to question if he's anxious about working with the battery, I think you called it, the tech that he brought with him.
Yeah, the nuclear battery.
That he's certified to work with. If any of that presses on his nerves, or if he's ready to use it, and perhaps what it's going to be used for, etc.
Yeah. You start talking to him a little bit about the tech, and this ends up making your meeting run long.
That's fine.
And so he nerds out about this. Like, he is a certified engineer in this space, and is really he's clearly passionate about what he does. And at some point you have to stop him, because one, he's gotten too deep into the weeds. And he's talking about, like, well, I was initially talking about we could just run these in series, and so we could actually get a lot longer lifespan out of it, but she's insistent that it has to be redundant pairing, so that there's if one of them fails, we don't have any interruption. And he's on and on about this thing. And
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
how about we set up more time to talk about that
Yeah,
we get settled? And okay, like,
But
just
his
making sure
bona
that
fides
he's
are there.
on board.
Yeah. You validate his bona fides are there for sure.
Okay. I will definitely pump him full of an anti-anxiety. pill.
Sweet. Yeah, you get him on a dosing regimen. He's got a little, like, auto patch. You
Yeah.
just slap it anywhere on his body, and
And play hard to get, man. Don't make him come to you. Like,
would he though? I don't think he would.
I'm sure that, like, he's looking for someone to join his space cadet thing, and you are.
Wait, you mean nobody's in it yet? I could be the first.
The prime cadet.
You would be the prime cadet, but don't, like, rush into it, man. Like, you want him to know that what your worth is, right? So play it calm. Play it calm.
Yeah, you bet. And you see him already. He's already hit the buy button on his thing.
Yeah.
You have your first cadet, Zorn. You have your first cadet.
So Zorn is walking actually to find Bangkok at the moment.
He's in engineering.
He gets a ping on his space phone. He looks down and goes, "I knew it. I knew Lonnie got it set up fast. That's great. I knew this was going to be a good idea." and I walk into engineering, and I'm like, "Oh, Bangkok, that's who I was just looking for. Look, I know that our first job as a new crew is not exactly what I thought it would be. I was thinking more party cruise. This is a little bit more serious, but still, I feel like service is important, especially if my name's going to be on it, and Gucci Mane needs to really like show everyone a good time. So I've come up with a nice schedule for all the passengers, like weekly fun things. So yoga with Zorn in the morning.
God.
Tonight I have scheduled a showing of Space Smackdown. All my highlights from that.
Zorn, I am so thrilled that you've come to this because I didn't want to take and hit you with it, but I truly hope that you would take the ownership of this on the ship, and I couldn't be happier. Thank you so much.
I really think this is my calling. I mean, not my true calling is my acting and my writing, but in the meantime, while I'm waiting, some
Have you
some
read
producers.
Zorn and Juliet?
Zorn is
stuff.
the cruise director.
So
Hey,
anyway,
I can get behind the early morning yoga. I'm just
yeah. So
the doctor's down for that.
So here I printed out this handout, and he hands it to you. It's got little gladiator logos on it, and a really opaque picture of myself behind it, posing or whatever, and it's got the schedule for that day tomorrow. So
Is
9
Zorn's
a.m.
picture
yoga.
is Zorn's picture in such good resolution and relief? It's actually kind of hard to read the text in front of it.
Well, no, it's super the opacity is way down.
Oh, okay, cool.
You just kind of see a watermark.
It's Zorn. It's Zorn because of the okay.
But it's 9 a.m. yoga with Zorna yoga. I still got to work about coming up with a name for that, But for
Zoga.
now,
Zorn, this is a fantastic logo here. Would you consider allowing us to maybe emboss this on the outside of the ship?
Oh yeah, you can do that. I was thinking
I heard the
Was there a puke sound right there?
the Rose just vomited in her mouth a little bit.
Have we left yet? Are we still
No, this is great. No, this is all good.
Do they
Episode 1 is trying to leave the spaceport.
Is it just 4? Is it just the 4 of them?
Yeah, it's the 4 of them total. Yeah.
The classes this week will be pretty small, but I mean, I think when we get bigger passing, more.
All right, now Zorn, I am going to have to caution: not everyone is capable of the regimen that that you are. I need you to not destroy our passengers.
Yeah, no, my yoga classes are very much, well, I mean, it's tailored for everybody, but really, I go by just one motto: as if they die, they die.
Okay, if they die, they're not going to continue to pay their monthly and annual fees.
Well, only so as long as Eddie lives, because I think that was Eddie who just got a membership. That's residual, and so
Eddie bought 4 memberships: one for himself, one for his mom, one for his dad, and one for his brother.
Okay, yeah. And
it's like Advocare all over again.
Yeah, we'll have to. I actually only have one unitard, so I might need to get Lonnie to create some more if we have so many. I got to send everybody their own unitard. Yeah, I didn't really think about that one. Anyway, yoga in the morning. I'll let you get back to work. I got some more ideas I'm thinking of, and I've got this other play idea too I need to write. So, all right, I'm going to go back to muting myself.
Good job, Zorn. I'm glad to have you a part of the crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You are glad.
I
am. I love Zorn so much. Awesome. Oh, good times. Benheim. Yeah, I mean, as a well-educated steward, activities are important. You just fold all that into your regimen for taking care of everybody. Or at least these passengers. So it's awesome.
I will let Lysosome know that participation is voluntary.
Good. Yeah, she does not participate. She might actually. She might for the yoga. She might for some of the some of the other classes. She might participate.
Up until Zorn requires the unitard.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Zorn. If Zorn fashions up a list, let me know because that sounds like fun. Good times. Well, you guys fuel and get ready to leave. There's no Rich to do the astrogation check.
Have we been paid?
Yeah. Half of the money gets transferred to you. Let's talk a little bit about where you're going. So, let's go to subsector wise guys.
Rich, we're about to leave and we need a check and you disappeared.
Holy shit, are we leaving?
We're about
Oh
to.
my god, Jesus. What do I roll?
Okay, so you guys are going to travel from by quickest route. You have Xanthium to Atun.
Can we see the map again?
Oh yeah, my apologies. I pulled it up for the stream, but not for you guys. There you go. And then, and you don't need to refuel there. You can just move right along. You can go from Atun to Noth.
Can you ping the system we're going to?
Oh, yep. All the way over there.
I don't. There. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah. So that's the Three Sisters. So you're gonna end up either refueling in Atun, and then the belts, or Noth and then the belts, because you have enough fuel to make 2 1-parsec jumps. So you're gonna have to kind of make a call. Do you go from here to there, or from here to here to here? And these are both empty systems. There's no stars, no planets. That's just empty space.
I'm from Attune, so we might be able to get maybe something discount or something there.
I'm from Noth, so same deal.
Yep.
I used to run a lot of illicit cargo on Noth.
Probably better to go to not.
Well,
I'm in favor of going to Noth simply for the fact that gives us a full tank of fuel going into the belts, which gives us options.
Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah,
If
because
we need to get out of there, we can.
Yeah, because Zorn is from the belts, right? Zorn, you're from over here. And this area is particularly known to be a low law system. Noth is it's okay. But yeah, Atun and Balarium and Xanthium, or Balarum and Xanthium, they're all pretty good in terms of the law perspective.
In this last system we're heading to, is there a place to refuel there, or we don't know what's there?
Yeah, so great point. So these first 4 systems are habited. There's people that live there. There's a starport. There's gas giants you can refuel off of. This last system, the Three Sisters, there's no starport. There's no inhabited planet. There's this giant ship, which who knows what's on it. And then there are a number of gas giants. So this system has like 3 gas giants out around the stars. And your cutter, that ship that can detach from the yacht, it has the tools needed to go out and scoop up fuel and refine it and bring it back to the yacht. It takes time. So if you go to the starport and tell them to fill you up, they quick fill you. You're on your way within a day or so. But when you're doing the scooping method, it can take days to scoop up a bunch, bring them back to the ship, go back. So there are some logistics involved with refueling at the Three Sisters, but you guys have all the stuff you would need to do that.
And every one of these system jumps is a week, right?
Yeah. Each jump is a week. Yeah, so you guys are looking at a month to get to the belts, and then 2 weeks to get to the place. Get to the Three Sisters, and then however long they're there in Safari while you guys are supplying them from the yacht, and then after that they may send you out to get more supplies and come back. Things along those lines are all possible with your contract. But there are no gas stations in the Three Sisters, so the only way to refuel is at those gas giants.
It's like driving to El Paso, Texas.
Yeah, out on Highway 10 when there's no gas station for like 100
You're
miles.
just on your own. Yep. You know the spot. You know exactly what I'm.
Yeah, there's cops, but there's no gas station. Yeah. So this is definitely kind of in the Wild West when you're looking at the Three Sisters. And I should go ahead and label that sucker.
All right, kids, let's get this boat going. Am I rolling a pilot skill?
Go ahead and give me. Rich, go ahead and give me an astrogation check first.
Astrogation. Why didn't it pull up my thing that says? Oh, there it is. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, that's a 12. I have my.
Okay, cool. So with that kind of an effect, this is important for space time or travel time. So whenever you jump to another star system, the first thing you have to do is get far enough away from the planet and other planets, big celestial bodies. You have to get kind of far away from them, and then you get to jump out. And then where you're jumping to, so when you go from Xanthium to Atun, where you land is also far away from everything. Well, with a really good astrogation roll like that, you're able to land as close as possible to your refueling spot. So you could land kind of close, around 100 AU or 100 radiuses away from a gas giant if you guys wanted to fuel up on the cheap. Take a little extra time, but you're fueling up on the cheap. Or you could jump closer to the starport and fuel up the starport. Now you're paying them for the fuel, but it's faster. So depends on if you guys want to basically spend an extra 3-ish days per place doing.
How much time do we have to get there?
Bangkok,
To
Right.
we've got to get there for the
Yep. Yeah. For the azimuth or
ascension
whatever.
or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. So she had a schedule window of she needs to get there in about 2.5 months. So you guys do technically have the time to slow fuel your way. Like go out and scoop up the fuel, bring it back to your ship. You have the time to do that.
I want us to be there in 2 months.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Whatever.
Zorn rolls. We go.
Right.
High
And,
class.
and what I'm saying is that you have the 2-month window is enough time for you to feasibly stop at each place, fuel up at the gas giant for cheap instead of at the space station. But it means that you're going to arrive there kind of right on time. You'll have
And
like
that's
a
why-
handful of days. Yeah.
If we've got 2.5 months, I want to be there in 2. So
Yeah.
I want to shave 2 weeks off of that, so that however that works out for our traveling, I leave that up to our pilots and astrogationers, whatever the hell there are.
Yep.
But my goal is get us there with 2 weeks to spare.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, Rich, that's really up to you because you are the pilot and the astrogator. So you're able to plot out all of that stuff and do the scheduling so that you guys can get there in 2 months.
So, how many shares am I getting in this ship?
You have 0 shares because you brought 0 money to the game.
But how many am I getting for all this astrogation and pilot?
You get paid a salary, I think.
So, Boo, how many shares am I getting here? As I got us through the first jump, like that. Bangkok. Come
well,
on,
after-
Bangkok. What are you
after the
doing to your
first-
boy or your girl?
After the first week, right, we're at the second spot at the moment.
Well, so what I want to do is I want to leave this game with you guys in transit to Atun, because you guys you're gonna do the astrogation. You're gonna make the
I thought
jump.
we were going to Noth.
Oh, your ship has a jump 1. So it
okay.
jumps, but it has enough
Got
fuel
it.
to get all the way to Noth the second
I
time.
understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are we right now?
Right now, you have just entered hyperspace, and you are
Oh.
on your way to Attune, and you have a full week of being on this ship together with no communication outside world, no talking to your agent, no... You guys are in a different dimension right now without the ability to talk to anybody outside of this ship for a whole week. Plus or minus a couple hours.
And as I'm in charge of the entire ship, I decide to ask Bangkok Benheim, how many shares am I getting?
You do not want to play. You do not want to play this game with that man.
I'm just asking. It's not. It's not.
You-
I'm just asking a
So
question.
I just want to know, Rich, you're waiting until you guys are all like stuck together to have that conversation?
Yeah, we're in the middle of space. I started it off. I'm Han Solo. I just reach forward and go. All the stars go. And I go. So how are the shares working out?
Do you see my roll there, Dave?
Yeah, your persuade of 13.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Benheim
think
has some
I'm screwed.
pretty good persuasive chops there.
So am I getting paid or do I get ship shares?
I can't give ship shares. Ship shares are something that existed
Oh.
prior to ownership of the ship.
Well then,
so-
how much am I getting paid?
So at this point in time, I mean, Dave, I don't
What's
know how
my
much we're making
percentage?
on this.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to
My,
end up... I'll do the
my
math on this,
2%?
but you guys are going to make a pretty good bounty on just the transit and the support you're giving her. So you guys can decide how you guys want to do payouts, if you want to do it salary based or by, a windfall based where, everybody gets a cut of the windfall, that kind of thing. But yeah, she is overpaying for what she's getting out of you guys.
So am I getting a percentage there at Bangkok, or how?
Maybe the board needs to decide.
Yeah, it's kind of a board decision. Rich, let me assure you that it will be. Well, Jays, let me assure you that your compensation will be enough for you to make decision to invest in our ship going forward, and I look forward to you being a partner.
So, by the way, did you want to go to the SO station, or would you like to go to the gas?
You have the time to go to the gas station, the gas planet. And
We're going to the gas.
Yeah, and that
So-
Nice and cheap and free.
Rich, the less we spend on fuel, the more that ends up in your pocket.
Okay,
I'm
we're
sorry,
going to the
Jace.
gas planet. That's pretty simple.
But we want to get there
asked
2
her
weeks
navigator
early.
Yeah.
And
We
but
wanna-
you do have 2 months to arrive.
All right, are we going straight to North, or do I have to stop in?
You have to go to Attune, then
Attune.
Noth. Yeah.
All right.
We can
All right, we
stop on
stop.
station.
Do we
and
make
not-
it to Attune yet?
We're going to end the game with you guys in transit to Attune. You guys are in
No.
Yeah.
I gotta know what happens.
Yeah, I know. That's why we have to end it here.
Next Friday.
Dave.
Yeah.
Next Friday.
Can't say
Yeah, it's not
over.
it's not like hand wavy, you guys are now at Three Sisters. No. Zorn, you had a thing. Or Scott, I thought you did. Oh, okay, no, if you don't, that's fine.
Ethan maybe was talking when I cut him off because I'm good at interrupting everybody.
Well, no, I mean, I could. Let's say like the ending scene of all of this is it's the Thursday night dance party hosted by Zorn, and everybody is on the first deck in room 5. I have a beer hat on, kind of a thing, and I'm
Yes.
like leading a conga line with all our guests
Oh yeah.
in there.
All 4
and,
of
we're
them.
dancing.
Yes.
I am
All
wearing
3.
the unitard, of course. So, and that's when I kind of realized, though, our sound system probably needs an upgrade. And I kind of talked to Bangkok about it before we get there, saying, "Hey, we can just take it out of Jaze's cut."
No, I don't think so. That is a terrible idea. As I crash you into a planet.
So you guys
Let's dance, everyone. Fun.
so you
Yeah.
get a little sound system shopping list together that you could pick up at Attune. while you guys are in system, you could absolutely purchase stuff along the way. You could bring on hands. You can do all kinds of that kind of stuff on your way to the Three Sisters. Absolutely. So, yeah, you start working on a shopping list like, this is not good enough. This disco is not nearly lit enough for me.
we need dance balls. We need big subwoofers.
We need hollow, hollow dancers and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's some great stuff, man. Our passengers are just gonna love this ship. It's gonna be so amazing. We can just take it out of Jay's cut. It's okay. According to the sales, according to our sheets and our business statements, obviously right here, Jay's makes too much money. Right here.
Awesome.
It's something, Kylan.
Just don't tell him I said it.
Awesome. Well, cool. You guys are in space. There's this question about payments.
No, we're good. I'm getting Bangkok State. I'm good.
That's good.
And we're heading towards the gas planet to get free gas.
Yep. Cheap or free. Yeah.
Desmond spends most of his week doing that like Jedi meditation thing where stuff starts floating.
Yep. So
locked away in his room.
One thing you guys can do, so while you're in hyperspace for a week, your characters can advance anything you like. In the books, there is this system for during your ship downtime. The ship is like doing its own thing. None of you need to be in control of the ship right now because it's on an automated jump in, jump out calculation at this point. So you guys can all work on a skill and get a week's worth of practice towards that skill.
Does that move me up a point?
Eventually.
Isn't it like 24 weeks?
It's like a long time. Yeah.
I'm studying Desmond and his psionics.
Okay. And that's the other thing is you can work on other special projects instead of working on your skill. So if your characters have special projects or you're doing science or you're doing carousing, because, dude...
I guess technically what I'm doing is correct.
It doesn't take you long, Zorn, before you realize you're getting tips. Ed and the other two hands are tipping you for good classes. It's not a bunch because they know they've got a long trip. They're trying to make it spaced out. But like...
Spaced out.
You are getting side compensation for leading a great experience for these people.
As I should be.
Exactly.
I'm also hitting up crew members. Like I'm like Desmond. I'm like knocking on his door because he's not really coming out much. I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about putting a community theater together.
Oh God.
I feel like you'd be really good for it. I'm gonna have some.
Absolutely no answer.
I'm gonna have some I'm having casting calls as soon as we pass Noth. Maybe put it on some of the guests. I just feel like you'd be really good in not the lead role because that would obviously go to me, but like
I feel like after about the third or fourth time, it's just you start hearing things breaking.
Okay, well, obviously
management.
Obviously you're a little busy right now.
Too much for the Jedi meditation.
We can talk about it later.
I'm trying to meditate. Stuff's floating. And he keeps talking. And
I'm gonna go
stuff hits walls.
Go hit the doc about it. Maybe we'll come back and talk tomorrow.
I kind of want to hang
the
out
doc
with Zorn
sedates your ass. I just want to put that out there.
Doc,
for whatever
you ruined
reason,
you ruined my career, Doc.
For whatever reason, when you come into the sick bay and start talking, after a while you fall asleep. It's this weirdest thing.
Here's a non-disclosure agreement for you to sign first.
So you've got the NDA out, and things get a little wobbly, and the lights fade. And I think that's where we should end it. As Zorn is campaigning to get his community theater spaceship off the ground.
I bet I know which bed he wakes up in.
Awesome. Well,
by the way, if we go back to the ship view, I have marked my territory lately.
What?
God.
I know. I have to see
go
this.
back to the ship view.
Territory?
I have marked my Jays has marked her territory.
Where?
Like a cat.
No, flip to it and roll 20.
Okay, 1 second.
I want to make sure it's still there. Let's go down to hell yeah, Jay.
Oh, Jay's room.
Boom. Nobody messed with that.
That room right there is your
Inside
room.
of a
Huh?
plan. Yes.
That one? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now that is the one that's closest by walkway to the sick bay.
Well, I got to get there because I'm going to get hurt pretty bad as soon as we see anything bad.
Good. Awesome. Well, everyone on the stream, I think we're gonna end it here. This has been High Shelf Gaming. I'm David. We've got Ethan and Scott beneath us playing Disman and Azorn. Guys, thanks a ton. And then to my side is Barry and Rich and Trina playing Benheim, fucking Jays and Rose. Thank you all so much for playing with me.
Welcome. Before you want to give your announcements, before you.
Yes. So I don't do announcements in the beginning for some stupid reason. I do them all at the end. We're gonna be at Gen
So
Con.
thanks for hanging in there.
Yeah, we're gonna be at Gen Con. We have a really cool HSG High Shelf Gaming meetup. I think all of us are gonna be there, which is phenomenal. I can't believe that. That's so
Barry's
cool.
going to be there? Barry, you're going to
You
Gen
didn't
Con?
know that Barry's dude. Where you
Dude,
been?
Where have you been? Yeah. Wait. He was listed. He
Boo,
was listed.
You live like 30 miles from me and we're going to meet in Gen Con?
Yes, we're traveling to Indianapolis to meet. The entire reason I'm going to Indianapolis is the opportunity to meet you.
Rich.
Oh my god, this is so beautiful. I'm going to have such a great night tonight. I'm going to sweet dreams. I'm going to have such sweet dreams tonight.
Oh, man.
He's been listed on our True Dungeon tickets, on our Super Robo Rally, the 10 posts we have about Super Robo Rally on Facebook.
Until Davey kicked me off.
For your son.
Well, he got kicked off from my boys.
Did you really get Barry off from Rob?
I had to. Yeah, I messed it up.
I pulled some rank.
I messed it up. I messed up that bit. But anyway, so our meetup is going to start at Super Robo Rally, 6 p.m. Thursday at Gen Con. Otherwise, we're going to be around the con all the time, doing all kinds of stuff. We have a ton of games running. Heather's running a game. Rich is running a game. I'm running a game. A bunch of other shelfies, as they're called. I didn't realize that Brent, one of our community members, dubbed everybody a shelfie. So a bunch of shelfies are running games. Scott's running games.
Ethan, are you going to be there too?
Yeah, I will definitely be there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Scott will be there in character as Zorn.
Scott, you're going to be there too?
He might not be cosplaying as Zorn.
Half our games.
Dude, have you not seen the game rap sheet? Scott is killing
seriously,
it.
I'm usually fucking either drunk or high on Facebook, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
Is Connor
it just
coming?
happens. So
Connor will be there. Yeah.
sweet.
I posted my spirit animal today.
Oh, I love that post. I didn't
going-
know that was
I'm
you.
going third.
I
I'm
loved
picking
it.
third.
Oh, that's right. You've got the three-tongued cat with this
made me
crazy
really freak
eyes.
out. It freaked me out. I had to close off and go meditate for a while because it was totally freaky.
Folks that are not part of the community yet, we have a Facebook group and a Discord, and that's where all this stuff is going down. So in the Facebook group is where the event is posted. In the Discord is where we talk about all of the stuff we're doing with Gen Con. We are super busy, super active together, so by all means, join those things. Down below the stream are a bunch of links to all those places, so find those. What is it, Rich?
Below you? Below you.
Down beneath the stream.
Oh, beneath the stream, not below you. Sorry.
That's right. Good times. We're a weekly podcast about games. If you have a game you want to talk about or you want to be on the show, just contact me because we're always looking for content. We're always looking for things to talk about.
We love to talk to people.
That's right.
And I ask crazy questions. So
Make
come
sure
on.
to try the meatloaf.
Indeed.
Kill the stream. Kill it.
I think we're done.
Kill it like the dog is.
Have fun all.
Bye, everybody.
Have fun and play well.
Love you.